hello everybody. Good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. We have a foreground cat, and apparently we have maintenance. WoW maintenance. So we're gonna play this by ear. I'm gonna do my best to stay in the WoW category. We'll see what we can get up to, but it's gonna be not. It's gonna be creative basically if the game's down. Let's see here. Also, I'm chilly, so I'm gonna be nesting. Earbuds? That's good. And let's see here. Bear Bakery, thanks very much for the gift subs. Yeah, wow, GeoGuessr. Yeah, I wanna stay in WoW. I wanna stay in WoW because I would hate for somebody to come by because of the gift sub promo and then give subs, but if I'm in the wrong category, it won't work. I would, we're not trying to scam, so. We'll see what we can do. We've got a kitty cat. I have one idea. They're expecting it to be available within about an hour. Maybe it'll come up early. WoW Plush Tour. WoW Classic. EU server grind? Kitty cat, what do you think? Let's see here. Season of Discovery. Oh man. This is... Well, it's not coming through yet. Give it a sec. Oh, my add-ons are real out of date. Hang on. We can do it. We can get this to work. Orsicon Plays, thanks very much for the 10-month resub. Okay. What we're trying to do is we want to look at the game. Wow, I'm not smart today. World of Warcraft. Oh, let's take this one. World of Warcraft. There we go. We did it. His coach got thanks for the gift subs. Appreciate it very much. Transmog building on Wowhead. Checking all morning for you to be on. Watch cutscenes, catch up on lore. Who do you think you're talking to? Quick real life fishing stream. Hi, kitty cat. Let me get my add-ons updated. Curse Forge. We'll do that. My original plan before I knew about maintenance was to noodle around and maybe try to get into some heroic dungeons. And if I was trying to sit in like DPS queues for heroic dungeons, I was gonna maybe do like a little world quest or a little fishing or like something. There's always something going on, like I logged on a little bit last night to do I don't know what, but I thought I was only gonna be on for like 15 minutes. I think I wanted to Discord stream for the par something pet. There's the ogre pet that you can get from Discord streaming. And then I ended up staying on for like a lot longer than that because there was just stuff going on. Okay, thanks for giving out some gift subs. Dodo Chan, thanks for the gift subs, guys. Been 4 years, but I'm back. Thanks for being you. Oh shucks, welcome back. The old 15-minute gameplay 3-hour trick. Yeah. Got me pretty good last night, so we're a little tired, but nothing wakes me up quite like stream. Let's load these anyway, and then let's definitely accept the social contract. This is classic, by the way. You remember Skull Rock? This is where we lived. This is where we lived during hardcore. I don't know what's going on here. Calvarlin, and I must have wanted... Oh, I think I made a randomly generated, like a random name. Dwarf Rogue with Flabby and Hardcore for some reason. He's like self-found. I think that's what the icon's all about. What's the gravestone icon next to the level 15? You remember this? Waiting to give you the subs. Aw, shucks. Not even 80 in my main yet. Baby naps whenever WoW is down. Oh. Oh, man, that's tough. And Aethera, thanks very much for the gift subs. Hazel's dead. Can I find this clip? I want to relive this. Didn't I have... I might have gotten rid of the... I might have gotten rid of the command for it. I have somewhere on my Twitch the memory of exactly what happened here. Because when Hardcore Classic came out, I said I would try it for like a day. Because it was the new coolness. And then as it turned out, it was incredibly fun. And I got super invested and I started feeling really safe. And this was like, her name's Hazel. I never even deleted her to reclaim the name. I could have done that. I could have definitely like deleted her and made a new Hazel spelled the original way. But I didn't do that because I felt that she should live in perpetuity. So if I search for highlights and we look at, where is it? When was Hardcore Classic anyway? There it is. August of 2023. It was a whole year ago. It was almost exactly a whole year ago. Kara Corpus, thanks very much for the brand new sub and the gift sub. Kicked out of Heroic because I was looking for the spies. Every time the social contract pops up, I'm worried I violated it and get it as a reminder. Like someone at Blizzard's just like, oh yeah, this person, they need it one more time. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Let me go to this page. I don't want to download it. I want to watch it. Where's the link to it? Bites it. Yeah, this button here. This button here. Oh man, we had this a year ago. Was the was our peak pink buzz era. The only thing you can really count on with my hair is that it's changing all the time. Trinary Adept, thanks very much for the brand new sub. And Towering Ben, thanks for the gift subs. How you doing? I'm doing all right. I'm pretty tired today, I'm not gonna lie. I got up kind of stinking early. And we're feeling it now. But we're gonna make it work. Good thing we can't see the face cam with the overlay. Oh, that is a good point. Yeah, I mean, you don't need me to. Let me see. Well, that's the drop shadow, isn't it? That's how I get a... No, not that one. Not that one. Hang on. That one? No. That one. There we go. Now I'm mysterious. This was a year ago. This was Hardcore Classic. This was my first main. This is only about 2 minutes long. Danica Rose, thanks for the brand new sub. How early is super early? I got out of bed at like 20 after 5. I guess it's not that early by some people's standards. But I was up like a couple of times before that. I kept having really bizarre dreams and waking up to like in kind of like the 3 to 5 range. So by the time I saw that it was like 5 to 20, I was like, fine, I'm just getting out of bed. That's enough of that. I want to relive this. I want to relive this magical moment, especially if we're going to be noodling around in hardcore today. I need to remember what it's like to die. Mythologic, thank you for the 54-month resub trip down memory lane. Nice. Hope you have a great day. Actually, we don't even need to play hardcore if we don't want to. We can just like watch. I can literally just watch clips of myself. I mean, I don't want to. It hurts, but you know, we can do this. It is World of Warcraft. Hippo Shogun, thanks for the brand new sub. You ready? To be invested in it. There's just not enough brain cells up here. Foreshadowing. I was so confident in my classic warlock. I was level 15 at the time. I was fighting these trogs in Loch Madan in the early area. Currently divided evenly between hardcore. Well, not evenly. They're currently sharing space between Puppy Dog. Can't believe it's been a year. Hardcore WoW. That's kind of all I got juice for. That's a level 13. I had no idea. It was something like, how many hours was it? Something in the range of like 15 to 20 hours in that character by that point. Maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe it was less than that. But it felt like a lifetime. I felt like I had lived lifetimes with this particular warlock. Yeah, that one too. It's, oh, triple pull. I had an escape plan, but I got better ones after this. Those casters also hit crazy hard. If you look at how much my health vanishes every time that one of those bolts hits me. Health stone. Health pot. We need to. It's kind of nuts. Oh, those gouges are really scary. You know what? We're pulling back. Come on, Thog. Yeah. I thought this was the exit. At the time, I thought this was the road out. It is not. This is the road further in. But I figured this was a safe spot. You know, we're draining life. These two are almost dead. I really thought it was going to be okay. Yeah. Hubris. I think I ran the wrong way. Yeah, I was running into the back of it. Alright, well that solves that problem. Whoops! I love the try again button. I'm gonna resolve that prediction. Who made out like bandits with the points today? Oh yeah, because we were gambling on whether or not I would die. Choose outcome. Yes, she's super dead. Oh man. Whenever I'm actually playing something like that, I feel like I'm absolutely like panicking. Like I feel like I'm, you know, like sweating, melting, crying, throwing up, etc. Like all of it. And then I watch it back and I'm just like, I'm much calmer on the surface than I am underneath. Mythologic, thanks for the gift sub. Tina Martin, thanks for the gift sub. Fear button looks so juicy. Yeah, it might have saved me. It might have also made it worse. There's a lot of other mobs there that you could have feared somebody into. The off-screen bolt too. Yeah, I think there was a respawn at the same time. Yeah, I think servers are down for this morning. I'm kind of counting on you guys to tell me when they come back up. You guys are usually real good for that. Suddenly, seer. Disorienting time to pop into the stream without context felt like traveling back in time. Yeah, I'm doing a memory lane trip this morning to start the stream and to kind of eat time while we're waiting for WoW servers to come back up. It's possible that by the time that WoW servers come back up, I've like lost my mojo to do the heroic dungeons I was gonna do, and we might be degenerated into the version of me that just wants to go fishing, and that'll be okay. The drop shot is not back. I figured if I'm gonna be doing this a few times, I may as well just not worry about it, because otherwise I'm gonna be looking for it each time. Little bit, yeah, the streaming software pokes out on the side there. There's not really anything I can do about that. It's a weird quirk of the way that it snaps to my vertical monitor. It like overlays. It's not a problem whenever I'm just streaming game cap, but if I have monitor cap, you'll be able to see just like the corner of my the corner of my subtitles. We doing this a bit? Yeah, I figured we may as well. We can look for other clips that we want to watch. I was although I should be careful I don't like noodle around and open something that I'm not ready to open. What other, if I look at the highlights that I've actually like saved here, usually when I save a highlight on Twitch, it's because I want to put it on YouTube. So usually there's some reason for it. Max Jason, thanks very much for the gift sub. Close to getting high enough to run heroic dungeons. RNG drops in normal have been stubborn. Oh, what item level do we need for heroic dungeons? I didn't even think that I might not have enough gear. I might not have enough gear. Twins Mage Star was an epic one. Yeah, so here's my list. This is probably a bad UI to look at. I probably shouldn't show my dashboard. If I go to my channel, let's try to do this in the public facing. Oh gosh, that's me. That's too meta. And then we go here, and then we go videos, and then we go highlights. Yeah, this is the this is the public facing one. Let's do that. Somehow 578. Need 551. Okay, I should be good. I'm pretty sure I'm 555 or maybe 556, something like that. So these are the clips that I've saved. That's nice. Updated the message saying they'll be back up around 10. Earlier said 9. Yeah. I bet 1,000 acorns. Oh, that baby wakes up at the same time. Yes, if you sub and you also give a sub, it should give you the pet. Prime subs don't count for it though. Prime subs are separate. Trips down memory lane are good. Discovered your YouTube channel after joining the Squirrel Squad Lightbringer Guild and a boosted warrior. Good content over the years. Oh shucks. Oh man. What else do we have? Some of these are just like my dog because he's cute and because I like having videos saved of him being cute. There's a little bit of remix. That's Moose. That was just some Plunderstorm gameplay. I don't know if anybody wants that. Planeswalker, thank you very much for the 10 gift subs. Congrats to those who picked him up. Appreciate it very, very much. Oh, that's the shark bait mount drop. That's right. That's right. I want to watch that one again. Oh, look, it's the long wig. That was, I think, my favorite wig of the wigs that I was wearing because it reminded me most of the way that I did my hair when I first dyed it. Like, the first time I dyed my hair, it was as long as it had ever been, and it was, like, I dyed it, like, even a darker purple than that. But the wig was always, like, the smoother version, the less chaotic version of it. Oh, also you can't see it because my camera's over top of it. I guess I could move me. Where would I move me to? If I unlocked me and I scooted me somewhere. Should we see both versions? I don't know. Yeah, these are just my Twitch highlights that I'm kind of replaying through right now. This was shark bait. This was the mount drop after 235 attempts is what I have listed here. We were working on this for a while last year. I don't know. I'm good. I think I've seen enough of it. It makes me feel a little bit nauseous. A little bit easier for me to PvP with. Yeah, the deer sweater strikes back again. I was wearing it in both of them. Hard to watch. This is my druid that I have on my main screen. I enjoy watching it, but something happened. I don't know what. Maybe I got old. I used to get very excited about, like, I don't know, I would follow like specific players and I would learn what they were good at, and I would be excited to see them do that thing that they were known for. Or like I would follow enough players that I could go into a match and I could be like, oh man, this player, I think I was talking about AWC, like, really does this thing well. Oh, it happened. Those are the crackers. That's the mount. That wasn't supposed to happen. After a certain number of mount drops, this sounds awful. I'm not going to say that I don't care anymore, but I definitely like ran out of glee. There's no more glee left. I can offer pleasantly surprised. And that's about what we have left in the reactions thing. Sweater weather is coming. It was 10 degrees Celsius out this morning when I went outside, and I was unhappy about it. I don't want winter. It can go away. Shark bait. Definitely becomes a drop in the bucket. It's just after a certain point, you have lots of them. And especially if it was a mount farm that you were kind of enjoying doing, it's not as exciting to be done with it because you're like, well, now what am I going to do? I was definitely, I think, more jazzed for mount drops that were really awkward to farm. Like when Karazhan's Midnight mount dropped, that was exciting because I hated that thing. Very ready for fall. No more joy and whimsy left after the 535th mount. You know, you have fun with a game when you feel like you can stop playing it. Haven't been able to enjoy summer. It's gone now. Here comes half a year of cold and snow. I'm trying to brainstorm ways for me to love winter. It's mainly because right now I'm not sure what I'm going to do when it gets like icy and snowy. And I'm trying to get to yoga in the morning because I don't really want to drive in that or like scrape it off my windshield. And I could take the bus, but that means waiting for the bus in like the ice and the cold and stuff. So I might need some like real good layers. And also it takes like 4 times as long to take the bus. Barbara, thanks for the gift subs. So I felt when the Nyalotha Ulcer drop last night. Been living that place since BFA. Congratulations. That's such a cool mount. Winter's the best because of all the warm, cozy drinks. Yeah, but like I drink I drink tea all year round. I will drink herbal teas and green teas and stuff in the summer. I'll just do it in the evenings or like not in the hot part of the day. Investing in good winter gear is key. It's worth the money. I have historically dressed for winter by layering, like tons of layering, to the point that I'm like putting on like, this is the base layer and these are the clothes, and then this is the over layer, and then this is the windproof layer, like 4 sometimes. And it works really good, and it means that any given layer in those 4 doesn't need to be super high quality because between the 4 of them they get the job done. But the problem is it takes me like half an hour to wriggle into the clothes and then wriggle out of them at the end of like a walk or whatever. Like it's just so much work to get dressed. That's the real appeal of the high quality winter gear for me, is if it's just one thing that you can just put on over your regular clothes and just go outside without having to like suit up, you know. Also recommend heated socks. I have this completely irrational fear that they're gonna light on fire in my boots. I don't know why I think that. I use electric other things. I'm real scared. I don't buy bread. Thanks for the gift sub. Love me some sweater weather. Last sunset of 8 p.m. Not just all dark, cold, snowy. Viruses. Yeah. What do we got to look forward to? Cute sweaters. Warm cuddles with kitty cat. I mean, I've got lots of blankets and stuff for a stream I can nest up here. What else? What else do we got? I have different puppy visits from Moose at increasingly earlier ages. This was the first time he ever came on stream. This was last year. What was the date from this clip? This was in... It just says last year. It doesn't say when it was from. I feel like it was fairly relatively early. Ralex363, thanks for the 21-month resub. Good luck in this expansion. Not be playing this time. Maybe I'll come back for the next one. Thank you very much. Blanket 4 vibes. Daya Smith, thanks for the 6-month resub. Oh, and Lilithus and Genevieve, thanks very much for the gift subs, guys. This is wow, and only the lightest version of the word. See, this is how I dress for winter. The thickest and warmest sweatpants, the LL Bean shearling lined slippers, an enormous sweater with like probably at least 1 if not 2 layers underneath it. And then sometimes also a beanie. I have like knit hats. Oh, he was so baby. He was so small. He was so little. Illyria D, thanks for the 14-month resub. I'm obnoxious and I will literally just like sit on my phone or on my TV and I will watch the videos that I took of my puppy on my phone and be like, look at how baby he was, despite the fact that he's a year and a half old. It's not like it was 10 years ago. Like, it was last year that he was this tiny, but he's so much bigger now. Look at how small the little, I mean, look at the little baby nugget. He was so, I mean, he's still so cute, but he was so cute. Stella Brad, thanks for the gift subs. Illyria D with a 14-month resub. And Bama Roxy with a gift sub. Thank you. Little nugget dog. His ears. His coat has changed so much. He's much lighter now. He's got a lot more tan and white fur. And much less black fur. And he's got like a big tan stripe down his back now. Realized only this week that my neighbor's dog looks just like Moose. Also, goofy and willful. I'm in this room, so he's gonna be kind of distracted. Those are the 2 words I would say. He's just leaving. Probably describe him best. Ugh. Baby. He's so cute. I was like stressed though. The first like year, 6 months, 8 months, I don't know. Puppies are adorable and they're life ruining. I was so stressed. It made me like, I'm not blaming it on Moose. There was a lot of stuff going on, but I got like really depressed in the like winter and spring, kind of January through like maybe like April of last year. Managing a growing puppy was a lot on top of it. Swedgen, thanks for giving out a gift sub. PabCR, thanks for the gift subs. Appreciate it, guys. Is he easy to train? He's the only dog I've ever really trained as like from a puppy, so I don't have any frame of reference. I would say yes, he's food motivated and he's a good boy and he loves me and he wants to make me happy, which helps. But also on the flip side, he's extremely opinionated. He's very stubborn and he has like his own, like other things are very interesting for him and it's really hard to compete with it, especially if there's like a dog or something like that. So any progress with him is like very, very, very incremental and slow. Anonymous Gifter, thanks for the gift subs. But the good news is that you have the dog's whole life to train them. Like you can, you don't have to be done in like a month or 6 months or a year. Every day we're doing something and he gets a little better every day. The day your dog stops learning things is the day you decide to stop trying to teach them stuff. So 2 orange cats that share 1 brain cell. Understand your stress. That was back when I could still lift him. I cannot do that anymore. I cannot lift my baby anymore. I can lift my kitty cat. Oh, he still tries to sit on my lap. He just looks really silly and he doesn't fit in this chair. Baby. Okay. What else do we have that was like WoW related? Oh gosh, it's still playing. Why is it still playing? Oh, it's me. I'm the problem, it's me. Mute my own stream. Oh, that was a mount drop. That was the hardcore death. That was another mount drop. We got the 2 Infernals from Gul'dan last year. Finally getting to see Moose. Oh, he was such a little nuggy. Reaction to some of the old YouTube VODs. BFA release day. I've never seen anyone that excited. BFA release day. I'd have to poke around on YouTube for that. Do I have YouTube unblocked? I might have YouTube unblocked. Oh, man. The Mage Tower was another good one, but I think it's quite a long clip. I think that I was fighting it for like some time. Because these were BFA. No, those were Shadowlands. And Mage Tower happened kind of like, what, late Shadowlands? Because I remember it was right around when I moved. And then you're into Dragonflight. Yeah, I don't know. You were very hyped for BFA release day. I don't really remember. Here, let me turn off the monitor for a second and see if I can find it. Let me look at my YouTube videos. BFA, that's not going to be very helpful, is it? I've got 63 videos with that in the metadata somewhere. Don't forget, thanks very much for the brand new sub. Such a hyperfixation on watching the old YouTube VODs for a time, like the way I know of your old fish. I mean, I do still post YouTube VODs, but not to the same channel anymore. We've streamed for a long time here and there. Wow, there's some crazy color grading in here. What would it have been? It would have been a long video because it was a stream VOD. Although I honestly don't remember how long I streamed for that. I feel like back in those days, a 3-hour stream was like a long stream. God, we have so many BFA lovers, still my favorite. Was I streaming on YouTube at the time? I don't even remember. I was making more videos. I was doing End of Legion deadlines. I made way more videos back then. We back to hardcore? I was thinking about it. Right now I'm just kind of memory laning. I'm reacting to my old videos. Or, well, I'm watching my old videos. BFA. What if I put launch? Does that help? I have the Shadowlands launch stream here. I have... Because it would have been on my actual channel. Kateria, thanks for the gift sub. Hazel BFA launch on YouTube. I can't access regular YouTube, though. Because I have it blocked for my own for my own raid guide production. I have YouTube actually, like, site blocked. I can access my YouTube studio, and that's it. I'm not even sure I'll be able to watch the VOD if I find it. Love my old Of the Deeps title. Shows people how much time I spent in Nazjatar. Started rewatching your hardcore VODs. Love that run. I feel like there's gonna be another hardcore phase eventually. I feel like it's just the right time. It has to happen. It's Hazel Nutty. That's me. One day you will react to you reacting to your old videos, maybe. August 13th of 2018. Okay. What is it now? It's 2024. Is this 6 years ago? Are we serious? Yikes. Okay. Do I have a better way of doing this other than just clicking back and watching them? I may or I may not. I also might be able to mess with my site blocker. One expansion every 2 years. There's a part in your Razashi Raptor drop video ages ago where you throw your glasses cleaner so sassily and it lives rent-free in my head. Don't remember that either. I know when I very first started YouTube, I didn't even wear glasses. It was like a few years in that I realized that my eyes sucked. Lynn Heels, thanks for giving out some gift subs. Oh, I hope they don't extend maintenance again. Am I back to 2018? No, I'm still in 2021. Hardcore was fun. If I returned, my characters would die immediately. I would need to start new characters if I did hardcore again. My problem is that it's so fun up to level 20. And then 20 to 30 is kind of fun. And then after 30, it's misery. It's just so boring and slow. It's not really any more dangerous. If anything, you're safer. It's just like so slow. And I feel like because I wasn't like gearing up a hardcore character to raid or anything, I would get kind of fuzzy about what my goal was. You know, 60 sounds great, but the sheer amount of hours you need to put in to get there, it just gets very, very, very dull. Matunit's Craft, thanks very much for the gift, so. You get to 40 in hardcore, you won. Yeah, we did that once. We did that one time. We got a mount. All right, I made it back to 2018. We were looking for... Oh, no, I went too far. Those are Desire Lore raid guides. I remember making those. Prismatically, right? Thanks for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. No, that's 2019. 2019. We're looking for summer of 2018. Oh, one more page back. Summer of 2018. August. I was making... Oh, yeah, that's right. There's my old year guides. That would make sense because that was the first raid. My first merch reveal. That's crazy. Ashes of Alar dropped. I forgot that I got Ashes of Alar on stream. Let me see if I can watch that one. It's short. Does the video link work?
Mount.
Oh yeah, it will. It will. Okay. We can do this. Let me just take a look at my extensions. Turn this one off. Yeah. Yeah, servers are still down. We're doing a little React screen. We're doing a little a memory lane trip. So this clip is 5 years at least, about 6 years old. Bonjour, Tammy. Thank you very much for the gift subs. They put Ash's little pink tail ribbons back in finally. Yeah. Oh man, I think I was still dyeing my own hair at this point. And I hadn't yet found the blow dryer. So it was like the air dried, somewhat fried curls in the Murloc onesie with the plastic Amazon gamer glasses. The plastic water bottle. Joker. And then I still had the tea of the day, although apparently on this particular occasion I was drinking dirt cheap red rose black tea. Yeah, a lot of people have told me they missed the tea of the day. I would bring it back if I ever had anything interesting anymore. I almost never drink tea on stream, and if I do, it's just like Tetley. No, not Teavana. Red rose is like the kind of tea that they have in hospitals. And they get it by the pallet. It's very cheap. It's like just like a black tea. Republic Remnant, thanks for the gift subs. I have 340. Oh, I'm only 10 off actually for the Frost Shard core. That's fun. Oh, so I don't sound that different. I was wondering if I'd still did the voice back then. I don't sound that different, but the mic was the mic was different. I forgot. I don't know when I got this mic, but I guess it was before then. Today's beverage water 90% of the time. Yeah, exactly. Gives you the stone figures. Is that another brand? I've never gotten a stone figure. I also haven't bought Red Rose in a while. 3 to 4 a.m. is such a bad time of the night too. Like it's one thing if it's like 11, 12, 1 a.m. But
what was I talking about?
Any time in my life when I've ever been up that late, where it's been like 3 or 4 in the morning, like that's when you start seeing big spiders come out and like start. Oh, dudes, we did it. That was the last one.
Dudes,
man, whoever it is that said one of you said that you were here for my my Invincible run and you came for this one. How do you do that?
Dudes, we did it. Dudes.
Dudes is a great word. I just like the plural dudes. Nice thing about being old, younger self, poor fashion choices aren't captured online forever. What are you trying to say? Is that just a shirt? That was the Murloc onesie. It's the Murloc onesie. I don't know why I was wearing it in both of these clips we're watching. Favorite bit of this fight is where he stares at you for 5 minutes. Yeah, that's the Murloc onesie again. You can see the orange cuff on it right there. All right, let me see what else we've got. Also, I should make some cursory effort just I logged into something. You were wearing it because it's comfy? I was probably wearing it because it was warm, if I had to guess. So that was Ash's Valar. Where? Oh, can I find it? Oh yeah, we wanted to look at the, let me see if I can find it. So if I go to actually here, I'm that Apple guy. Thanks for the gift sub. Add-on for gathering and retail. I'm not using anything right now. In the past, I've used things like Farm HUD and Gathermate. Farm HUD I particularly like. It puts kind of like an overlay of your minimap icons in the middle of your screen. Haven't used it in a little bit though. We were looking for the BFA launch VOD. Not to watch the whole thing, but just to kind of skim through it. Yeah, August 13th. Zarkon, thanks very much for the gift subs. So this was, yeah, BFA launched. I spent my first hours chilling with you guys, leveling my Gnome Shadow Priest main. That's me. Getting distracted by fishing notes. Also me. So I streamed on that day for about 4 hours. Did I start with a full screen dog cam? I did. Oh. Pop up. Hanging out with you dudes. I don't know what the static sound is. If it was August, so I might have had an AC on. Did I used to just leave a pet cam on for 5 minutes before I started the stream? Was that my old starting soon? Because yeah, I definitely did used to run AC. Here, I'm gonna move myself back down here. Did I have the sound the whole time? No, it was better. I'm not okay. Wow. Hang on, sorry. I'll move me again. Is that sped up? No, that's normal playback speed. What? Don't worry, you don't need to worry about it. There we go. Oh, too far. I'm not okay. Hi guys, welcome. I was so excited. That's wild. Oh man, this was a choice. Hazel High in virtual life. I was just reflecting on myself. I'm like, I've never done uppers. This isn't even a caffeinated tea as far as I can remember. I don't remember what Bella Luna Blue is, but blue does not lend itself to caffeine. I don't know. I was just so stoked. Where is this level of excitement for the War Within? I'm just older now. I've just been around the block a few more times. I'm really happy with the War Within. I just don't I don't go that hard anymore. It's really sweet. Over under and how much of this can you take before we have to watch something else? I don't know. Mr. Frumperson, thanks for the gift subs. Lady Zardiana, thanks for the brand new sub. I think if I tried to do this level of energy, I would burn out in about half an hour and I would hate myself the whole time. It would be fake if I tried to do it now. You know, you just change over time. Have that same water bottle. After so many X-Pack releases, it's hard to get the energy up anymore. No, I don't have any compilations, I don't think. Hi, hey, hi, hello, happy birthday, Merry Christmas, happy BF Day Day, BF Day Day. What was that timer for? I set a timer for something. I am not okay. Wait, Comrade, that was 6 years ago? Get it? Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna blame my age too much, but 6 years ago I would have been like 25. And I feel like there's definitely a little bit of a smoothing out that happens in the 25 to 30s-ish range. Mooney, thank you very much for the 63-month resub. Welcome back. Not convinced Hazel's not on something here. I really wasn't. Look, the same shelf has survived. Not all that much has changed. A little early. I was like, should I do 15 minutes early or should I do 30 minutes early? Because we can like sit and hang out and talk and chat and like. I should have done an hour early, 2 hours early. I don't know why I was waiting for 15 minutes before the expansion launched. When I go to the gym, I have that peppy energy back. 37 here. Pre-expansion hype. And I don't know. This is vibrating. Because I was still doing some editing and something else this morning, and I see people doing like 48-hour pre-BFA streams. I'm like, wow, I'm slacking. So you know what they had though? You know what everybody was doing that was really cool that I also want to do? I've got a few too many things that are really cool that I really want to do before the expansion goes live. We only have 27 minutes. So one of them was a real cool it was like the countdown from the WoW website, but like on the stream also. I moved my WoW. I have too many. Panic. I need to clean up my OBS. I have too many panic. And it's hard to target them. There we go. Yeah, it's funny. The first thing I did was I checked to see if I had sped it up. That's just how fast I used to go. Trying to remember Shadowlands launch. I streamed that one too. Here, let me skip through this a little bit, and then we'll check in on that one to see the evolution. Scorpio Symbol, thanks very much for the gift subs. Didn't think Ripsy was Legion old. Yeah, apparently. This was back when all my characters were named Hazel, with varyingly offensive levels of vowels in them. This is part of why I eventually did a character purge, was because I got sick of trying to remember how to spell all of this stuff. Oh, man. So I want to get the countdown, like, overlaid. All right. Oh, yeah, that's right. Broken already. 15 minutes until server crash. Why are you on the gnome? Because I am leveling my gnome. That gnome is who I am on the inside. Who is this? Ladies Ardiana, thank you for the gift sub. I mean, still true, but like, Oh man, you said that recently. People are still, I don't want to say hating. I remember when this first came out, I was like panicking because people were like, "Go over here," and I'm like, "Wait, what? Where?" And they were like,
I did play the pre-patch. I've done all the Teldrassil stuff. I've done the Lord Run thing, just not necessarily on this character. I went through like a last-minute change of heart. That
I don't know how I
told
dealt with
me
that microphone for
instead
that
of
long.
being a Void Elf, which is what I'd been preparing. I've done the Lord Run thing on my Void Elf, and I went through a last-minute change of heart. That
I also used to have it beside me. I think I was very conscious of not wanting the mic like in front of my face, blocking my face from camera, and it didn't occur to me that I could just have it like here. People still do hate gnomes. Pandora, thanks for the 25-month resub. How you liking the War Within? Loving it so far. I'm having a really good time. I want them to let me back in. I want them to let me back in so I can play more of it. I wanted to like relax and play today. What were we even doing in the beginning, BFA?
I'll lend you my phone.
What is that? Oh my gosh. It's a Minnie Mouse plastic sippy cup. That's right. That's right. I forgot. I had these sippy cups because I used to spill my drink. I used to knock over my cups of water during raid. So they would eventually at the time I was living near a group of people that I was raiding with, and I had gone out of town, and our raid leader was actually house sitting for us, or pet sitting or something. And when I came back, my cupboard was filled with these sippy cups so that I couldn't boof over my drinks during raid. I remember you talking about weird octopus facts for an hour because of some audiobook in one of these VODs. Oh man, Vardamus, thanks very much for the gift sub.
List of weird things that I shouldn't be excited for that I actually am. I'm excited for not being able to fly because I get to ride those ground mounts that I haven't been able to ride.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah. All right, I want to find the Shadowlands one. I want to see the difference. The novelty wore off. Oh gosh. All right, let me find it. Cephalopods are pretty awesome. They are very cool. So this one was also, this stream VOD was also in the same realm of length, around 4.5 hours. There was an old intro. Oh, that's right. I did nail art. That's right. So this, we've skipped ahead about 2.5, 3 years to the Shadowlands launch. We're a couple years older. We've got professionally done hair now. Looks much better. It was blue. I made it blue for Kyrian, and everyone was like, "Oh, I love your Ardenweald hair," and I was like, I'm a Kyrian. Oh, remember that? Blue's pretty good. This is about when I found you. The most corporate couch I've ever seen in a house. It was like $150 on Amazon, and it was so painful to sit on. When I first moved into that apartment, I bought it on Amazon because we didn't have any couch at all. And I'm like, you know, what's a couch for? And then I found out a couch is for sitting on it without having metal in your butt. So pretty quickly it became stream background because then nobody needed to sit on it. It just needed to support the plushies. Yeah, I had a Joker merch cushion. There was later like a limited edition 100k YouTube subs version. This is fish food. This is a 20-pound dumbbell. This is an aquarium with a clamp light going on. I did like this room. I did like this setup. It looks bigger than it was. The room wasn't that big, but the angle made it look pretty big. And then I was doing nail art. That's right. I have my filthy nail art set up because I decided I was going to do in the run up to the Shadowlands launch. I wanted to do like nail stamping, so I was like laying out all of my tools.
Stamped, and then the other two.
Oh god.
I think my gradient.
I remember I put an owl on my thumbnail. I wonder if I can find it. This is like liquid latex. I was really into nail art at this time. This would have been 3 years ago, pandemic. This would have been like early COVID, and everybody had their hobby or their new hobby. That was mine. What happened to the aquatic hyperfixation? I still have an aquarium. It's just not in my office anymore.
You do.
I have also found that aquatic stores aren't quite as good here. There was a lot of really good aquarium stores in Portland, And maybe I need to keep looking, but I've been really unimpressed by the ones I've found here in
Sticking each
Victoria
other's
so
gonna start
far.
to come off early. You don't want that.
Show. Oh yeah, so I was doing a gradient. That's right. Also, I need to. I need to hang on one moment. BRB. Okay. Yeah, I did like a purple blue gradient. It's like way darker than I feel like it should have been if I wanted it to look Bastion. Those are very Ardenweald colors.
DJ, thank you very much for.
Yeah, I
giving me
remember the
some
baking
welcome
streams.
to the
Maybe we'll
Squirrel
find one of
Squad.
those to pull
Get
up
this
again
on
too.
here. I'm trying my very best to not accidentally do my ring finger because I already, you know, she's seen enough. Because it's my right hand, it's easier for me to move my nail rather than my hand.
Yeah, I don't know. We really did that for a long time. I don't know if that was like a prime content choice, but it's something that I haven't really done again. I don't even remember how I got the camera set up for. I just want to see what it turned out like. I remember it was like pretty messy. It was looking nice for a while, and then I think we kind of lost it a little bit. It did start very early to do it. Yeah, hopefully servers come back up soon. Too much memory lane and we start getting... Oh yeah, there's the little owl. I must have shown them at some point, like at the very end. Yeah, there we go. That's right.
Why, thank you. Glad you're here. Rares are gone now. Yeah, I think the Ice Crown event has ended, I believe is the gist of that. I think that's now over.
Show Nils.
Card can go over here. This guy can go here.
Show
I'm just
Nils.
gonna-
I don't even know if I ever
review-
took a picture of
This
these.
one was sent to me by Blizzard. This one was
Surprised
part
it
of
ended up
a
being like almost 2
promotion
hours of
they
that.
do sometimes.
Yeah.
281k ready to gamble all in.
I mean,
all
it
in.
did take like
all at
100, like
once.
an hour and a half to do these whenever I did work on them, but you know, I needed something to keep busy with. Oh, I was trying to like put the potion bottle on. That's right. Pendork, extra 30 minutes of maintenance. 30 more minutes of maintenance. Oh dear. Wooly Woos, thanks for giving out a gift sub. Octopixie with a 44-month resub. Hi Hazel, hope you have a great day. Peeking into 4 years ago. Yeah, we're doing memory lane. 30 more minutes of old videos. There it is. I mean, it's kind of out of focus. I put a potion bottle on this one, and then I put a little owl because it was supposed to be like for stewards, even though the design was not very close, and I put them over like I did way too much. They're so messy. I think they looked a little better after I cleaned up the edges. But anytime that I ever worked on my nails, it was like throwing paint at a wall, and then I would have to like carve them out later. Oh man. The hair flip. How very topical with the sub incentive. This is true. Mine finally came through, by the way, so I can show it once we're able to get back in. That was 3 years ago. That was 3 years ago. We started further in the past. What's the oldest VOD that I'm willing to put on? You want to see a sub update? As of this moment, we are at 2,000. Wait, what? 2,922. I thought it was at 2,700. I know I forgot to update at the end of I think yesterday's stream. I was always jealous of the poster setup. Yeah, I like the canvases a lot. Octopixie, thanks for the gift subs. Almost 3K. I don't think I've ever had 3K before. Oh dear. What? Where else do we go? Where else do we go on memory lane? I don't think we need to watch the Dragonflight stream. It was not that long ago. Server's not up, supposedly. I think they've extended maintenance one more time. Holy cow. Wow, GeoGuessr? Yeah, we could maybe do a few rounds of that. I want to find a good baking stream. Like an early one. Baking streams. I must have a whole playlist of them. I think I still kept the playlist, right? Live stream VODs. Mythic Dungeon Guides. Yeah, I've got 49 baking stream VODs in the playlist. Almond123, thanks very much for giving out some gift subs. Not Canada Geoguesser, it's all pine trees and highway. I don't think I would be very good at that. So yeah, we did these. The latest one was in July of 2020. That was the last one that I did. And then the earliest one would have been... Well, that's not right. Did we sort them? They're not sorted by date, are they? 2017 maybe? I did them earlier than that. I wonder why they're not in order. I can't sort by date, can I? Oh, is it raining? In BC? Somewhere, probably. If I had to guess, somewhere in the province, it must be raining. Default video. Oh, they're sorted by most popular. That's weird. Let's sort by date published. Newest to oldest. So that, yeah, there we go. That's better. Archer Moon, thanks for the 17-month resub. What is your most disliked video? If I had to guess, it was the first time I played Classic because I did not understand what was really going on, and I was frustrated that I didn't understand what was really going on, and people were furious that I didn't like it because of my own incompetence. It made people very upset. Let me see. We're looking for not the details. I want to actually see the videos in it. Summatos Boy, thanks very much for giving out a gift sub. When was that? Oh, I can look for it. Okay, yeah. So the most recent one was still in December of 2020. It was gingerbread cookies with the antlers on and the blue hair era, and then the first one would have been much earlier than that. 2017. We did about 3 years worth of them. That was the test baking stream, and then the WoW cookbook stream. Cupcakes, muffins from the WoW cookbook. Oh man. That's right. I had an apron. I think I bought it from Etsy. And then I was like in contact with the Etsy seller trying to because they wanted to make me a custom cake stand, I think, and I was like looking into that, and then for some reason it never panned out. Want to make a warlock, don't know which race yet. Warlock was the first class I ever played, feeling nostalgic for it. I guess the question is, what's your most nostalgic warlock race? Not the Yeti, not the blue Yeti on a boom stand in my kitchen. I went through so many different microphones trying to make baking streams work. I at one point had like a Bluetooth like headset, like a travel agent. I eventually got like a wireless lapel mic with a mic pack. I at one point had like a little cardioid mic that I would sit on the counter. There was all kinds of old iterations of these. Yeah, she's cute. This doesn't feel like me anymore. This feels like a different life. I'm also not like awesome at baking. I'm fine. The True Player, thanks very much for the gift subs. Grandma Hazel, I know, right? They were fun. They were a lot of work to set up in terms of like, because I actually like would move, like set up a computer and then the mic and then the camera and then the lights. Like it was quite a bit of setup and quite a bit of tear down. I was doing all of it myself, so all the sound checking and shot checking and everything. I was trying to do all of it on my own. And then they didn't do as well as a regular WoW stream because it wasn't WoW, which was fair. But then also I would occasionally get like really creepy emails being like, you should wear these pants next time. And I'm like, and that those were the clean ones, right? Like it just made me so uncomfortable to like get back on camera and keep doing it. So I spent, I think, like 3 years streaming like waist up only, because that freaked me out so much. Starring the red garbage bin. It's like watching Da Vinci Sketch's first iteration of the Mona Lisa. Yeah, that was natural hair though. Not that I ever knew what I was doing with it. People are weird online. Yeah, like I don't like, people are gonna think whatever they think. I'm not here to police that. I just, it's like a keep it in your head kind of thing. Like it's okay to find people attractive or whatever. By all means. Just you don't have to tell them. You don't have to tell them. A couple of what I find fun clips of this channel. Yeah. Oh man. That was also incidentally part of the reason I got off Patreon, was because it allowed private messaging, and I had some of that same problem. Anyway, those were baking streams. Those were fun. There was something else that I wanted to look at on memory lane. How did all the food from the cookbook taste? It was pretty good. Those are solid recipes. Those are good recipes. Some of them are better than others, of course. Some of them I still... Actually, do I still make any of them? I made the firecracker salmon for a long time. I honestly don't... I mean, it's sad, but I honestly don't bake anymore because I don't really eat sweet things as much. My palate changed, and I don't really enjoy them the same way that I used to, so I've just kind of given up. It sounds depressing, but you know, it's what it is. Time for the next Beldar spawn on EU. Maintenance extended. Yeah, that's what I heard. Like getting video game cookbooks. Have the Skyrim one. Still haven't made anything yet. Yeah, ease back in. I just, like, if I don't want to eat anything like that, there doesn't seem to be a big point in making it. Don't bake because I would eat it all in 5 minutes. Recipes from the WoW cookbook. It's just not really my thing anymore. It also, I don't know. I don't feel any need to. It feels like a lot of extra fuss for not really any potential benefit. I feel like I got the joy that I wanted to out of it. And then that was pretty much it. What else can we review? We have to fill another half an hour because the servers are still down. Used to do mailbox vids. Yeah, that's true. I used to do mail opening. I had a PO box. I still have some of the things that people sent me. To this day, my box cutter that I open packages with is a pink one that somebody sent me as a PO box gift. I do still have the cookbooks, yeah. Oh man. Oh yeah, that's right. People wanted to know my most disliked. I don't think I have a way to filter to it, but my most disliked videos. One of the options for those was that classic stream VOD, and then the other one was let me see. Let me see if I can find what I'm looking for here. It was like trying WoW Classic for the first time. Yeah. Okay. I think I can show this just fine. So I'm pretty sure this was my most disliked video. So these are my videos. My general like ratio is somewhere in like the 90 to 99 basically. I usually don't ruffle too many feathers, which is good because I get very worried about ruffling feathers. That's for one, thanks for the 20-month resub. But then you're like, all right, you know, 90, 95, 98, 86, 92, 97, 40. What? And it's because, I mean, to be fair, it's kind of a sensational title. It's first and last time playing WoW Classic, which turned out to not be true. But I had a really frustrating time because it was the WoW Classic demo that they made available for virtual ticket holders. And I think people that were really excited about WoW Classic were not happy to see somebody A, not like it, and B, not like it because they didn't get what was going on. It's like having something that you're very invested in and that you like very much, and then seeing somebody that you don't know do it wrong and then claim that it sucks. Like, I get how that would be frustrating. I'm not gonna look at the comments on any of this. But yeah, I remember that was the first time I ever realized that that even little old me could really upset people, and I was like, oh dear, oh man. I don't know. I should play an actual hunter. So yeah, okay, I get how it happened. Funnily enough, I later ended up playing a ton of Hunter and Hardcore Classic because I liked it so much. Wild look for you. I mean, it's the same hair that we had earlier. It's just in one braid. The bangs are kind of messy. The glasses are kind of like shoved up over the headphones. The headphones aren't even pink. They're white. It's just the hair that's like reflecting off of them. That was part of the struggle with having lots of hair for me. It was just impossible to make it look consistently presentable. It was always going to look kind of chaotic like 6 days out of 10 because of how much work it was to try to make it presentable and how just inconsistent it is, you know? WoW Classic fans were rabid. They've slightly chilled, but before that it was insane. The other video that I remember getting a lot of negative feedback on was... Let me see if I can find it. The push to 2400. Okay. So this was in 2016, which we have to remember was a different time on the internet. Wow, it's taking a really long time to load. This was 2016. I was doing Resto Druid 3s and Warlords of Draenor. I started at 2250 and I made it up to like 2500 something on this stream. Lazy, thanks for the gift subs. There may be some, I'm gonna mute myself because there may be some profanity. I used to swear when I would queue arena on stream, but I wasn't that new to PvP, but I definitely wasn't like an amazing player, but I was doing my best. I'd been practicing a lot. I'd been working really hard, and I had finally like managed. These games are not even with Flabby, I want to point out. These are other people. This is my friend Chubbs, who still comes back every now and then. And then Revo, who to be fair was like a multi-glad. I forgot that I played with Revo. Anyway, and the comments, I don't remember if it was this one. I have them disabled, so I can't look at it. But it was either that one or it might have been my first 25. Let me see if I can find that. People were so mad. Did I ever get 25? I don't know. People were very upset that I was at that rating because they felt that I didn't deserve it. And I got so hurt by reading all of that because I had, from my perspective, been working really hard. Were you still chasing an esports career? At the time, I thought that it was the only real path to being a content creator. It seemed that all of the visible... maybe it was my first time at 2200 that people got really salty of. I think this was it. This was the first time I was ever 2200. And I had a different Twitch handle back then. I was still Hazelnut88. Shadow Snake, thank you very much for the gift subs.
Is it just me or for those 2 losses?
Baby. 8 years ago. So I would have been like 21 years old. That's Flabby, and then that's his friend Boshi, and we were queuing and we were having fun. And I won't pull up the comments on this one because I can't, because I have them disabled, because that kind of thing messes me up. But I remember being heartbroken about it because I don't even know if the like rating was that bad, but it was it was rough. Anyways, that's enough of me complaining and feeling bad for myself. Let's look at something else. Laurinator, thanks very much for the gift subs. People can think whatever they want. Yeah, there were some valid points made. I was not I was not a perfect player, by any means, but it felt crazy to me that people were like, I don't know, expecting that. What about the most liked video? I mean, not to like flex or anything, but like most of the time we do kind of, I mean, it kind of varies, but, hang on. Let me, you know, it's not uncommon for them to be like 99%, 99.4. If it's just like an uncontroversial video that didn't get super big, it's going to have a fairly high like ratio. Saturn, well, thanks very much for the gift subs. Oh, my most popular video? Let me see. What's my most popular video? I have a feeling I know the answer to this one. If I go to my channel... and we look at my videos, and then we show the thing again. Also, I really need to redo this banner. This is false advertising. I no longer look remotely like this. It's still technically me, but like, our vibe's a little different now. Dun, 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 dun. Animal Crossing. I did an Animal Crossing New Horizons tips video that did 3.3 million views, which is more than 3 times as much as my next most popular video. I was super into Animal Crossing at the time. I had a couple of good tips from having played it a ton and also being super immersed in like the community and stuff. And that one happened to catch on in the algorithm. Following that, second most popular video was the microphone video, which to this day still has companies asking me if I want to review their microphone, which I have not done because I like this one. But that was very good. That helped me a lot, actually. That video was a really big deal for me because I had affiliate links to the microphone and the equipment that I listed in that video, and for a long time that helped me become financially viable to do YouTube full-time was the money that I made off of that video. This is shocking to me that it's that big. I don't know why that video has that many views. The Unlocking Allied Races Fast video. I guess people really wanted Void Elves? I don't know. And then there's Reactception, which at least has a cat in it. I don't know what else I can say about that. And then you get some boss guides. We miss you on YouTube. There are going to be new boss guides coming out, and then we're going to take a little break after that. But I'm not quitting. I'm not going to be gone forever. Excited for the variety show? Yeah. It's a good time to mention. Let me see if they've put out an announcement or anything. Just in case anyone's missed it. Fluorokazoo, thanks for the 3-month resub. Also, Torion, thanks for giving out a gift sub. Did they have a news article or something? Yeah, here we go. Dun, 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 dun. It's time to fight back against the void in the WoW Variety Show. Broadcast August 31st, live on YouTube and Twitch. This is going to be this upcoming Saturday. In the latest episode, celebrity and community contestants will compete in 5 activities. And they have announced the participants. That is such an old picture, my goodness. So this is the first one is the list of the various contestants. Yeah, so we've got Taliesin and Evitel, Annie Fuchsia, Zaryu, Peekaboo, Dratnos, me, Venruki, Nobble, Sea-Doo, and Sturge. So that's coming this weekend. We're gonna stream that. We're gonna do our best to make it through a stream of that. Yeah, good. Lots of good people in there. Necrowitz, thanks very much for a gift sub. I just started watching Twitch yesterday, and I'm contemplating streaming WoW content. I've been playing WoW for 20 years. What advice can you give me if I want to start streaming WoW? The thing that I usually tell people is to start before you feel like you know everything, because it's very easy to get kind of caught up in the setting things up phase and wanting things to be perfect phase. And the main way that you learn all of the different bits of streaming is by doing it, by starting. And then the second thing is before you go setting everything up and picking like your names and your branding and everything, is just to do a little personal digital safety sweep and find out what kind of information is associated with all of those things that you're using, or what kind of things can be tied back to like your face if you're planning to use a camera. Just do a little, it's easier to set yourself up with good digital safety from the beginning than to kind of go back and try to patch in holes later on. So take a look at things like if you have social media, take a look at things like your privacy settings, that kind of thing. Wabbit, thanks very much for the brand new sub. So I don't think I'm in the leveling competition. There's 4 activities and we're not all in all of them. I believe I'm in the scavenger hunt and and I believe the last one, the game show. That's for one. Thanks very much for the gift subs. Trying to get into yoga. A recommendation of what you would look for in a yoga mat if you have fragile joints and bones. That's a good thing to be looking into. I'm not qualified to give a good answer. I am brand new at yoga. I don't know anything. I'm still using my second mat. There's probably somebody qualified to answer that, but it's not me. New pet, and I get to support you. Count me in. Can we expect Animal Crossing streams when a new one comes out? Maybe. None of my other Animal Crossing content ever did as strongly as that one. That particular video just happened to go a bit viral. But I do love Animal Crossing a lot. Warriors don't have much chance in hardcore, right? I mean, people have done it. People have made them. People have leveled them up. Gathering bug, miners, herbs are maxed out in knowledge points? I don't know anything about that. Used the Wii Fit to try yoga, found out not very well balanced. Wow, GeoGuessr? Yeah, alright. Wow, GeoGuessr. Let's see here. There's 2 versions of it. This is just the one that came up top on Google. Single player. Full map. I'm not the best at this. Also, I need to put myself and my camera back. Hang on a second, because I think we're done watching YouTube. And then we can put on my, oh, hang on. Uh-oh. Did I resize myself? Can't have done. How did I do this? This is what I get for unlocking my camera. That looks good enough. I'll lock it there. Next Animal Crossing content with monkeypox quarantine. Stan is as Stan does. Thanks for giving out a gift sub. Retrieving Realm List. Oh, are they coming up? Let's get through at least one round of this. Let's do at least at least one game. We've got 5 rounds. Let's put on a 60-second time limit. Not that we really need to. I have no intentions of doing particularly well. Flanora, thank you very much for giving out some gift subs. Do we know these people, by the way? One of them has a Twitch. That's exciting. Hawkmaster 40, thanks for the gift subs. All right, GeoGuessr. The tension. Ooh, this is obviously Blood Elf, so we're saying Ghostlands. We see ocean, which means Ghostlands at the beach. And if we see anything, there's like a tower down here. There's a little village over here. The moon rises in the east and the crow squawks in the west. And I mean, sure. Let me see. Place a pin. So we want to go. Ghostlands are like up here. I'm going to go ahead and say place a pin. Basically, like, I think I'm north of here. I'm gonna go ahead and say like here. Yeah. How close was I? I was 100 meters away. I should have split the difference and gone farther up the beach. Although I will take that amount of points. Servers are turning on. We'll finish this round and then we'll log in. Next round. Okay. Arathi Highlands. Arathi Highlands by Stromgard Keep. It's giving me easy ones. So that would make it Arathi Highlands. Stromgard Keep is over here. I'm kind of on this, because I did this a million times in Plunderstorm. I am basically north, I'm like kind of right between, basically like right here, I'm gonna say. Yeah, something like that. How close are we? Oh, 60 meters. Plunderstorm memories. Why were US realms down? Maintenance. How many characters do I have? 28? Something like that. Wabbit, thanks for the gift subs. Plunderstorm was amazing. I started out hating it, and I ended up having a surprising amount of fun. I would be excited for the next Plunderstorm. Alright. Barrens. Barrens by... How close are we to Ashenville? This is obviously the road. Or it's a road. We can see... Oh, I'm stuck. We can see... I don't know if I'm going to be super good at this one. Because I want to say Northern Barrens close to Ashenville because of this goblin camp. But I actually haven't spent much time in Southern Barrens since Cataclysm. Those look like trees, though. That's the world tree or whatever. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say this zebra, that's Gary. Kalimdor, Barrens. We're going to go basically on the road. Oh, no, not there, not there. I can't quite see the towers yet. And it looks like the closest tower to me is like fairly far back there. I'm going to maybe put myself like here. Seems somewhat reasonable. Oh, we ran out of time. How far was I? Ooh, not that close. Right zone anyways, but 3980 points. Streamers keep mentioning Thunderstorm. Plunderstorm. Yeah, just like Ujai is saying. It's over now. But it was a temporary limited time game mode. I don't know if they said it was a success or not. Where am I? It's snowy. It feels like Northrend. It feels like Icecrown Citadel. Is it Icecrown Citadel? Or is it Dragonblight over by Naxxramas? Because this is a necropolis. Is it literally Nax, though, is the question. There's necropolises in a lot of places. I don't know. I'm not as good at Northrend. Here's a blue crystal. There's a statue that doesn't help me. There's like a ruined keep. If we look in Northrend, we scroll in a bunch. Nax is like over here. Is there also like a... Is that Nax? I don't know. That's where the dragon... I don't see any dragon shrines though. Basically, oh no, I ran out of time. I forgot I had a timer on. Yeah. I wasn't far off from it. I just needed to put a pin down. Oops, my bad. 5 seconds, completely forgot. All right, next round. One more round. Beach. Spiders. Cave? Cave. Spiders. Hillspread foothills. Or, no, Silver Pine Forest. So we go Eastern Kingdoms. Silver Pine Forest. Up kind of here. Yeah. All right, so the new rules, we have to put down like an early guess. Yeah, because that's that ship right off there. So I'm a little ways back actually. Let's come all over there because the cave's like literally right there. I think that's really good. How close am I? 21 meters away. We'll take it. Obvious alliance player. Excuse me? Very thanks for the gift subs. New game summary. We would have crushed if we... Wait, oh no. We would have crushed if we hadn't forgotten to put that one pin down. I will be right back, and then we'll see if we can log into actual WoW to do some real war with it. Give me a minute. Okay, let's see. Let's boot it up. let's get fired up here. Sorry, Hardcore Classic. We never quite made it in. We managed to kill like an hour and 20 minutes without needing to actually log in. Oh man. Plunderstorm 50-50 for me. When I got to play, it was super fun. Some guy landed half a second earlier, has the skills killing me. That was like 35 plunder. Yeah, that would happen quite a bit. I can't commiserate with you too much because there is a small chance that might have been me. I did a little bit of like post-drop murder, but like if someone ran away, I wouldn't really chase them. I just wanted to scare them off you want to get the early loot. You got to be territorial like a wild dog. Just hanging out with the dudes. All right, I need game music back on. I've been a cappella for an hour. Lumira, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Okay. My transmog has been struggling. I haven't even like... I'm still wearing like half the outfit that I was wearing to do my fishing in. And that's pretty much it. That's all I got right now. Oh, man. I don't even know what I want to do anymore. Do I still want to do dungeons? I might want to do dungeons. Auction house is closed. That's one argument in favor of dungeons. Nuka-Cola, thanks very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. This is like a hair high. Is that better? Yeah, it's a little better. I was hunted down in Plunderstorm. Oh, man. Unique. Parasocial fun. How you feeling about the music? It's incredible. It's so good. I think it's my favorite soundtrack from any expansion since like Mists. And Mists had a real good soundtrack. What, in on a new map? Like a pirate area? I wonder if we'll ever get it with like a new theme. Like instead of pirates, if they would re-theme it with some other kind of vibe. Or if they would just do pirates, but like in a different map. Sounds like Lord of the Rings. Sitting in Dornegal, listening to the music, feels epic. Oh, yeah. All right, I need a better outfit. This is just tragic. What do I want to wear? I don't know. Depends on what I'm gonna do, I guess. Oh, Nuka-Cola, thanks for giving out a gift sub. Yeah, people are saying auction house is down. I wonder if it's for a good reason. Do I want to heal? Do I want a DPS? Do I have a good Shadow Priest Mog? I have like, this is like sort of a Shadow Priest Mog. Doesn't really have like a main hand mogged right now. There we go. I like the sunglasses. I don't know if that's the vibe. I don't know that it's not the vibe. I mean, if you're gonna be in shadow form anyway, How does she see? There's so many good helmets that I just never whip out. Yeah. Do I really want to spend 344 gold to fix this? I think I do. So, oh yeah, that's the other thing that I was doing. That's right. Maybe that's what I'll start with, is I was trying to catch up on this campaign because I realized I needed to do some of it just to get the Bountiful Delves quest. I haven't got my dirigible yet. I haven't yet earned this mount. And I'm actually stuck on this thing where I picked this quest up after I got all my coffer keys for the week, and they said that they fixed it, and as far as I can tell, they didn't fix it. It looks like I'm going to need to get a new coffer key. And I think I'm capped for the week, so I might have to wait until next week for that. I'm not sure. More Viking T-Bug, please. What is the best priest tier? Why is it tier 1?
The answers are here. I can feel it.
So they wanted me to... Delver's Guide reviewed. They wanted me to review this. So I had my brand with the Iron Idol, and I had him as a damage dealer, and that was fine. I did a tragic delve last night off stream. I did the waterworks, and I had that bug where you have to relog every single time that you loot like a treasure to get the guy to start following you again. Not Bran, but the other one. What a mess. Tehuanto, thanks for giving out a gift sub. Also Grovey too, thanks for the gift subs, guys. Anyway. Yeah, they want me to obtain a restored coffer key. Yeah, well, later me problem. If I want to do any dungeons, any random heroics as a DPS, I should queue now. I do also want to heal some, but I feel like if I want to do any... Have I been running around in my raid single target spell? That's awful. Let's get into a dungeon spec. If I want to work on being a Shadow Priest, I need to start practicing being a Shadow Priest. So I need to run around in Shadow spec with my Shadow talents and find out what's going on. Also, do you like it? I should get it leveled and stuff. Grophy 2, thanks for a gift sub. Nelly Naz, thanks for the 3-month resub. Really rough bugs, that being stuck in an NPC fight on Dawnbreaker. Oh. Talent loadout pages are a thing? Yeah. I need to upgrade this pet. I must have enough charms on me. Also, my bags are filled with garbage. Love that little guy. Pet size are horrifying. Looks like it's seen God. I think I want to disenchant a few of these things. Oh, thanks for giving that a gift sub. That is the pet that you can get for giving... Oh, my dungeon queue popped. I thought it was going to take way longer than that. That's the pet you can get for giving out 2 gift subs to a WoW streamer that is currently live... Or a streamer that is currently live in the World of Warcraft category. As detailed in this article that is also about the Ghastly Charger. Called Mine Bowie, and I love it. I think dungeon scaling is really wonky. I'm not even going to put up meters for a hot second here. I'm just gonna play to try to get a feel for pressing some buttons and hoping for the best here. So how far in are we going? We're gonna go here. Maybe a little bit of this. I haven't really done dungeons in some time.
What's your step?
I might end up caving and turning on details. I might be kind of curious if I'm helping or not. It's pretty good size pull. Yes, I'm helping. Alex, don't vault. I want to do all of these dungeons a lot. I guess they're not all the same ones that we're going to be in for the first Mythic Plus season, so not all of them are going to be valid practice for right now, but I guess they're all dungeons. Shadow gotten less weird feeling on short fights. That's what I'm kind of curious to find out. So, what do I want to do this? I want to do this. My main thing that if I'm going to spend any meaningful amount of time in this expansion DPSing, my main thing that I want to practice and work on is not being afraid to just send my cooldowns. I, like many people, have big problems with just sitting on my cooldowns and saving them for my birthday. Like, I like, especially when they're short, but even when they're not that short, getting in the habit of just winging them is one of the best things you can do. Because if you don't use them, it's just like a big fat loss. Okay. Of course, identifying what order is kind of a thing I haven't really done yet.
What's your step?
Volcanic Volatile Spike. And then I don't know these fights at all, but we're just gonna try and sight read. My item level is 559.
Laser on you. Watch your step.
Does it follow me? It does. That's fine.
Laser on you. Run. Watch your step.
I haven't used. Oh, I do actually have a food buff up. I have like a little baby food buff. I made some cheap int food. Water Goddess, thanks for the gift subs, and to Geiger with some gift subs as well. Appreciate it. Dead Larper, thanks for the 5-month resub. Glad to be here. Keep being amazing. Aw, shucks.
AOE incoming.
Yeah. I like to start out an expansion by just full sending cooldowns on cooldown. And then getting a feel for at which points in the dungeon do I wish I had saved them for a boss, and then adjusting from there. But oftentimes you can fit rotations in places that you would think that you're almost at a boss, but the trash actually ends up taking long enough. Pardon me.
Watch your.
But I always like doing dungeons, getting kind of like a good early feel for how much how much damage I'm doing, so that I can work on it. It doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't even need to be very good, but I like getting like a flat idea of what kind of numbers I tend to pull on single target and AoE, so that I can then, when I get more gear, when I get, you know, better, like actually kind of feel those differences.
AOE incoming.
Okay, this is gonna be kind of a big pull. I have Vampiric Embrace up.
AOE incoming.
I'm not gonna bother trying to manually redot things because we just about have Shadow Crash. There's Shadow Crash. There's Halo. We are spec'd into Archon as far as I can tell.
Watch your step. Interrupt.
I don't know. I don't know where that interrupt is. It's a later me problem.
Watch your step.
That's like 700k. That was a waste of a Shadow Crash. Okay, this looks like a boss. Cal, thanks for giving out a gift. Alright, so we want to do Shadow, what is it called? Fiend.
Target change.
I think I'm actually going to be able to spend some real-time Shadow Priest in this expansion for the first time since BFA. I've actually like taking it seriously, and I'm kind of excited. It's gonna be annoying trying to keep like 2 sets of trinkets and probably 2 sets of rings and stuff, because I bet they're gonna want different enchants. And I normally just make do, but I want to actually optimize 2 specs on the same character. I never do that, but I want to do it this time around. Okay. Any stuff? Ooh! Oh, I had them already. Well, I had that item level already. But 571, 571. Shikar, thanks for the brand new sub. I am excited to get my item level shined up. I'm definitely wearing 550 stuff that I can replace in quite a few different slots. Midnight of Rain, thanks for the gift subs. Don't know where I'm going. I have saved Valor Stones, so I should be able to do some upgrades as well.
Interrupt.
When I feel like I found something that was kind of sort of worth upgrading. How does it compare to Dragonflight so far? I'm having a lot of fun. I was also having a lot of fun in Dragonflight. Uh-oh. Hang on a second. Okay. I have no idea where I'm going. I have actually no idea how to get back to my group.
Machine speakers in the stone vault. Fanatically loyal, no doubt.
There's 2 more bosses. Which one's next? Master Machinists. This way. This seems promising. Sometimes you think you can multitask and you really can't. Kind of like Theater of Pain. I guess I was just confused. Like, I couldn't even see my group members. But that's okay. It's a random heroic. It's not like a... Yeah, I think I just wandered. I guess that's the boss wall. I'm pretty sure I just wandered
Watch your
sideways into all of that trash. I think I should be safe to just go straight in a line.
interrupt.
Having
team.
that bug too, not seeing group members on the map in
Watch
dungeons.
your step.
The Saberclaw, thanks for the 43-month resub. Hi, Hazel and chat. Thanks for Bliss's pet promo. Hope you're having a lovely time with the new content. Good luck, have fun, all. Thank you very much.
Run.
I'm just happy I found them. And that nobody's booted me yet.
Interrupt.
Even though I kind of deserve it. Hope everyone's doing well.
Watch your step. Watch your.
So much left
Oh no, I get loot too. I didn't even earn it.
Look for another main
It's
card.
gonna be awkward if I get a blue.
If it's here, we might as well use it. Unless you'd rather.
Well. Oh, it's a big upgrade too. Thanks everybody. I'm coming. Okay. Alright. Don't pull... I should have mind soothed. That would have made me feel better.
Interrupt.
Here, we've interrupted. We're helping. At least when I did pull a bunch of trash and die, it was just me that died. I didn't wipe everybody else. I died before anyone, I think, got involved with my pull. I think. Okay. And then there's just one more boss. It's fun doing dungeons early and getting transmog from every blue that you get. I think my my DPS parse numbers are...
Look
Oh, that's nice and clear. I like that.
Poetic justice, but
Shigard, thanks very much for the gift sub. Does it feel like they've been getting clearer about their telegraphs recently? Because I'm all about it. I think it's great news. Okay, this is an enormous pull. Let's get the Halo started. Let's get the Void Eruption started.
Attack totem.
Let's just kind of look
Watch your step.
for those blue arrows and try to not be in them. Chuck out a Shadow Crash. Good, good, good.
Attack totem. Shockwave. Attack totem. Shockwave.
I must have changed. Oh, it's my healing activity time. I'm like, that healing meter. Oh, darn it. That healing meter looks really weird. Really good for telegraphs. Like the themes of the dungeon so far. Only thing that's a doozy is the Dawnbreaker. Stresses me out as a tank. Court of Star style, suck at finding the route. I'm gonna see if I can run back, because I should remember where we're going. It should be just a straight line. I am doing a heroic. It's going okay. I took a phone call in the middle of it and I got kind of distracted, and now I'm a little bit... I'm off the phone, but I'm a little bit of a mess. Day Dungeon's some of the best I've played. They're all so fun. Oh dear. I wonder if I'll make it in time for the last boss. Yeah, I have a feeling I won't. I could have waited for a res. I thought maybe I would make it back in time. Health numbers go so high. Heroics seem fairly easy. I think they will when I get a feel for them. I want healing done.
Shockwave.
Look, I'm taking mechanics. It's great. People are saying 550 required for heroic, something like that. Saw someone with 5 mil health.
Spread.
3 item levels away. 551. Couldn't possibly be a round number.
Shockwave.
The good news is that this won't be the last one that we do.
Spread.
You get more than just the one chance. I like how I'm learning this fight one mechanic at a time, and by that I mean one mechanic and one mechanic only. I hope I'm at least taking one of those mechanics so that they don't have to deal with it in the room.
Shockwave.
If I was going to ask for one thing, it would be that. 9 levels? And 150 item levels. Oh hey, it's the stone vault. We did it. Achievement earned. What do we get for doing all that? We got... Oh, I had a 530 chest piece on? I didn't know I had a 530 chest on still. I used to drop in the pools outside. Oh man, we're gonna have to do another one. That was a mess. What else do I want to do better this time? I want to I mean, honestly, if I don't even really want this window. Window control, close that one. I only really want the DPS window for now. The second thing I would change... Oh, hey, I did a daily. I forgot that I had a dungeon quest. Let's put on our new chess piece. Very exciting. Puts me up to 563. Also, yeah, I got 3 upgrades in that dungeon. That was awesome. That's an unused trinket, so I probably should have that on my bar so we can actually use it. That'll be good. I'm not allowed to disenchant that. I got an epic pair of shoulders from Reputation, so I'm happy about that. And I don't need to keep the blue ones. Really the only window that matters. Why are you not wearing pants? It's a great question. Oh, it's because they're hidden. They were mogged to hidden pants because of an outfit that I was wearing, and then when I changed out my chest piece to be just a shirt, I am incidentally a little bit chilly in the knees region. You know, sometimes it just happens that way. Yeah, I'm doing some dungeons. I'm trying some Shadow Priest dungeons to kind of warm up on it and get a little baby feel for them.
I have just the thing, Wanderer.
Yeah, this is what we were wearing. I don't know why the pants are hidden. They don't really need to be. Who wears pants anyway? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Here, let's get back into queue, because it could take a while for the queue to pop. You never know. What do I get for doing this? Oh, I need to pick which kind of reputation I want. There must be epics from other things. I'm kind of behind on Assembly of the Deeps and the Halifal Arathi, if I had to guess. Lens specs are addicting. So 584 helmet for renown 8. Yeah. Yeah, we can work on Assembly of the Deeps. Yeah, I think the actual renown level varies a little bit between the different reputations. But that'll help. That'll be something. That puts me up to 6. I also have some mail. Helm, chest, shoulders from renown. That would be a bit of a help. Oh yeah, I sold a couple things. People are saying the auction house is down. I want to look. Want to poke it. Oh yeah, super down. Okay. Good to know. Have to see for myself sometimes. So in the meantime, I have the campaign. I also didn't finish my World Soul Weekly yet. I need to do another world quest for that. And I could maybe try the Machine Speaker, the Awakening the Machine. I haven't done that for the week yet either. Those all seem like good things to do. Let's do the campaign. Let's see if we can get a little caught up on that. Keyboard or a mouse for your spells. Separate keyboard, red dragon mouse with numbers. I have a... The answer is both. This bar here on the left that's kind of like a squat, wide rectangular bar is keyboard keybinds. And then these little taller 3x4 things correspond to my mouse buttons. So rotational spells that I'm hammering out repeatedly are on my keyboard, and then things that are more like cooldowns that I might press like once every 30 seconds or once every minute. Those things are more likely to be on my mouse buttons or on modified mouse buttons. Oh, thanks for the anonymous gift subs. Earthen out September 3rd is the word on the street. There was a blue post apparently. I still haven't gone and looked for it, but I heard there was a blue post saying that that's when the relevant wing of the campaign is going to become available. Hello, how you doing?
We need to ask someone who knows them well. Lucilla,
Problem with the auction house, hence maintenance. Bigger than expected. Decided to start back up, disable auction house for now. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I would rather be able to just play. I would have been happy to just spend that whole morning fishing and not posting to the auction house. That was good though too. I liked Memory Lane.
she is hiding.
Those on bartender. Just default edit mode. I don't use bartender for retail. I just adjust my bars around like this. Time gated earthen is ridiculous. Yeah, I agree. I think it's like really unfair if they want people to main the new race for the expansion to push like to have them not be available yet. They should have been available from Monday basically, if you ask me. Happy adjacent, slightly horrified by past you. That was also fun. Hi, hello. Hello. For a moment, Kurtz, I thought you were busting into stream like, yes, hi. Help! And I thought, there's something. We need help. We must help. Sounds urgent. Hello, how you doing? How is your War Within going? We were waxing nostalgic earlier. We were watching old expansion launch streams during the downtime. It's the weekend. Hi, Hazel. Hello. Earth never really grown on me. Kind of want to roll one in the future now. Help, Bubble Bug. Pretty good. Making more gold than I ever have. Nice. They want people to buy race change tokens. Maybe. The auction has this down. True. That does kind of put a little wrench in the gold making plans. Remember farming honor-bound rep for weeks back in BFA for the new orcs? It was painful.
This place is off limits to all but
Oh man.
You didn't hear?
When next remix happens of a level on Earth. It's the weekend? Must be somebody's weekend.
He's gone.
Whenever you finish work for the week is your own personal weekend.
Has no bindings.
Yeah.
It follows your
Brit's off work for a few days.
Follows
I'm
is a strong word.
completely lost in terms of days of the week recently. I had a moment where I was like freaked out that the variety show at the end of August was literally this Saturday because I wasn't in my mind those days hadn't like come together yet. And I'm like, wait, today's Saturday, today's Sunday, today's Wednesday. Wednesday? That one. It's just my internal clock is all out of whack because we stream Monday, Tuesday. Day 6 of a long weekend, and it's the best. Nice. Passed my probationary period, my new job today. Safe. Nice. Long weekend. Day 6 sounds like a real nice long weekend. I could go for one of those. Hope you're doing wonderful. Enjoying the new expansion. Yeah. Friday for your clock. Oh man. Yeah, who knows? You will. Soon. We got a couple things to do first. I'm not sure how long this campaign takes, but I'm going to try not to worry about it too much. I'd say that if I had one goal for this next dungeon that I get into, it's going to be to stay with the group and not die. And that would be a marked improvement over my last dungeon. That would be a big deal. That would help. I got to 563. Wasted a ruby on the wax arsenals. What do you mean? What does the queue time say? 7 minutes. Supposedly it should be happening very soon. Oh, kind of threw things off. I was looking for my phone too. Like it rang on my watch and I'm like, oh, I need to find find my phone. It's not on my desk. It should be on my desk. Where is it? And then I was like plugged into my heating pad and it was just a mess. Only gives a 200 gold item. Oh. Yeah, I heard DPS queue times. People were talking yesterday about them being awful and people like spending like 10k gold to talk a tank into queuing for heroics, but I've been getting like sub 10-minute queues. You can take calls in your watch. Yeah, maybe I should have just done that. I just don't trust myself to be able to hear properly. Like I'm already anxious about whether or not I can understand someone that's speaking on the phone. I feel like trying to do it on the watch would have freaked me out. It probably would have been a better move though. I might not have died. These have been like 7 minutes or less as DPS. Yeah, might have been around there too. Well, I say I've done one, but I think it was about exactly 7 minutes. 20 to 40 minutes. Think it's cleared up. Not even being a duck, I was genuinely surprised. I've taken calls on my watch before when I've been like out jogging, and I remember feeling like I was in like a commercial because I was just like, and I was like talking to my wrist like it was the future. But the main reason that I was out was because I didn't want to be home when I took that call, because I think it was about receiving groceries and I just didn't want to like open the door. And I was like, listen, if I'm not home, then I can't open the door and I can take the call and just be like, please drop it off, thank you. Felt like James Bond. Queuing heroics, arena skirmishes, BGs. Times are good so far. Acceptable. I did a theater thing, the world event where you put on the show in the Isle of Dorn, which was very fun, by the way. I like that a lot. I did it at 10 p.m. last night, and I was shocked. I didn't even join like a group finder group or anything, and it was packed with people. It was so busy. It was really cool. Amalkov, thank you for the 2-month resub. Still not used to seeing people talking on their phone with wireless headsets, and it looks like they're talking to themselves. Oh man. Bluetooth. I remember when that first became like really common, in like, or at least common in my frame of existence in kind of like the early 2000s. And there was like a specific archetype of business boy. I'm sure women also did it, but I remember it always being like the business boys that would be like walking around, walking real fast, just looking like high blood pressure on a call talking to themselves, because those were the people that were like brave enough to like take calls on wireless like early when people still thought they were muttering to themselves, because they had important business that they had to do. They were always wearing suits. They were always like kind of red and puffy, and they were like the early adopters of the Bluetooth things. Plot twist, just checking in with their moms. Yeah. Listen, they're probably more on top of their lives than I am. I think I knew some frat guys in college called themselves the business boys. Same people who had a BlackBerry. Oh man, Blackberries were huge. Blackberries were so big. Called their home on speakers so they could talk to their cat. Aww. Going to bed? Gonna head on out? See you later. Oh, we got a Q pot. Alright. Second time's the charm, right? I felt like my damage was acceptable to me. It should be a little better because I'm going to actually use my 2-minute cooldown. And I'm like my trinket. And I'm also going to try not to fall behind and die. Becky, thanks for the gift subs. Literally huge or a huge success? Huge success. They weren't that huge. Although I did like the physical keyboard. I still, to this day, I don't text very much. But when I do kind of miss the actual buttons. I get by just fine on my iPhone with a heavy dose of autocorrect. I know how to spell, I just can't type. Raylan, thanks for the brand new sub. I had a little blue thing that had a slide out keyboard once, and that was real cool. It was like an LG Rumor, or it was a Rumor knockoff, and it was that was good. I could go back to that. Used to work in an office out of town, had cameras I could watch and talk to my dogs through. It was great. Why? Thanks very much. Oh, continuing your sub. Miss my sidekick. Best keyboard ever. I have an Android and someone handed me an iPhone to type once, and what a disaster, man. I remember when they first became more widespread and like more people had iPhones and they became more than just like the thing for really rich people. And I was watching people try to like type on them and I'm thinking, there's no way. This seems like such a bad idea. Also, if I'm really lucky here, I might get an enchanting recipe I need. I kind of miss the flip phone you could snap shut. I know that's a very generic and popular take, but would go back to that. Remember when you were thinking about what wildlife you have in your city? Yeah! What about it? Alright, are we gathered up?
Watch your step. Watch your step.
Whoa, that demon hunter's doing lots of damage. We're doing 2.5 mil. I felt big with my 700k and I'm not. I'm not big. Capybara, that was obviously silly, not what I meant. I meant nutrias. Oh, I thought you were just being silly. No nutria here as far as I know. I don't know if they've come this far north yet. They might have done. I've never seen one though. Here. Full Metal Mew, thanks for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Oh, I didn't use my power infusion. That's probably part of my problem. Wow, I'm the lowest DPS in this group. Also, the Demon Hunter is literally the tank. Demon Surge. Lots of damage. Scaling not very accurate right now. Should I click on the Sacred Flame? I don't know. It sounds scary. We have to know where I live, apparently. Probably not good news in terms of the ecosystem there. As far as I can tell, invasive and fairly disruptive. Gustroll, thanks for the gift subs. I want a lynx mount. There's a few of them.
Watch your step.
And I'm very excited for the day that I get my first one. I don't know where I'm going to ride it because it's a ground mount and I don't know what those are for except for museums, but I want one. Mobs die so quickly. Burst is where it's at the moment. I forgot to use power infusion again. Ride it into battlegrounds? Battlegrounds?
Ambush me without my lieutenants.
Hearthstone battlegrounds? I miss Hearthstone battlegrounds. They're so cozy. I feel like I could go to bed and sleep for 8 hours. Like right now.
Watch your step.
I can't. It's not in the cards for today, but I could. You know what I mean? Pack's dying by the time of spread lashing flames. Oh.
Hold. I see their gamma. They seek to
579.
ambush me without my
There's also a little bit of an item level gap. The other Shadow Priest is... Let's see.
Watch your step.
Also, I have yet to press Halo. Maybe once in the opening poll, and it's part of my specs. Pretty important. Other Priest is a... No, not even ahead of me, actually. They have less item level than me. I have no excuses. Oh, wait. Oh, no. I used my trinket, guys. I didn't realize it had a cast time. This is awkward.
How could the Priory force him to turn against Hallowfall?
Oops. Everybody can see it. My secrets. Oh, that priest is a gamer. You see them fear that heal cast? I want to be like that when I grow up. Whoa. Our tank is dead.
Watch your feet.
That's how you learn. Yeah, 1.5 second cast time. That's the thing. That's the ticket. How early was early for this morning? Oh, I was out of bed at like 20 after 5, but I was up a couple of times before that. But I did make it to yoga, which is good. If you log out, you can't get back in. Contrary to all the pre-launch chatter about healer changes, tanks still feel super powerful and independent. Okay, we're doing the whole thing again. We're doing the whole thing again. What else can I do this time? Well, not much because my cooldowns. My cooldowns.
Interrupt.
Oh, there's our thanks for the gifts of CassanyQ. Thanks for the gift subs. I hope you enjoy your hunter's pet. I should put my hunter's pet on my bar.
And the Arathi will be mighty.
That's some A-tier voice acting.
Watch your step. Watch your step.
Game's stuck on recruiting character list. I've heard that it's not working super good right now.
They've served their purpose. Baron, demonstrate your worth.
Those who oppose the Emperor will fall at our feet. By the Emperor's will!
Ascension?
Watch your step.
He guides my hammer!
Interrupt.
Flame's wrath heal me.
Ow.
Shielded by flame's light!
Watch your step.
All those halos have nightmares of priest pugs pulling in all manner of trash. I will say that so far, at least for what I've noticed, it's been quite good about not engaging anything that I wasn't already in combat with. Because I was using it while questing to some extent, and it would just I could do it in a big battle of mobs where I've only pulled 2 of them and it would only hit the 2 that I'd pulled. Hello Moo, thank you for giving out gifts. I don't know if the tentacles pulling has been fixed. Got my charger. Nice, congratulations. Oh, that's a pretty rug. Cookie waffle cake, thanks for the gift subs. Regalio, appreciate it.
Belladar
Hunter
is
disengaged into a big pad of mobs and got
away
pasted.
weakness. Its blinding light reveals the strength we Arathi lacked.
Okay.
With an army of the risen, the Arathi will defeat the Nerubians.
How much damage can I do?
And subjugate the world.
Also, how are they doing that much damage? Psychic Link.
No, such heresy. They defile the sacred flame by animating the
Oh,
dead.
I'm doing a mill.
They are no better than the Conis.
No Arathi leaves the Emperor's
Fabian, thanks for the 16-month resub. I just want to make sure that like my own damage profile doesn't look wildly different from somebody if they're doing better than me, basically. Yeah, Auction House. Auction House seems down across North America, at least. Can't speak for EU. I think they're having some real troubles getting a functioning game up today.
The sacred
Alright.
flame will
What can we do?
cleanse your transgressions.
Ascension. I'm really hoping for an enchanting recipe.
Watch your step.
Be purified.
I have gotten lucky
AOE incoming.
to get all 3 of the crest
Watch your
thingies.
step.
The crest recipes. So I can make those at least. It's nice to have done. Oh, we're going upstairs. Banks are on the fruits too. Man, it makes me just want to not log out of this character. I almost wonder if I should stop doing dungeons and just do something a little bit more low-key and less likely to provoke. I don't know.
Interrupt.
Not that I'm necessarily going to disconnect here, but I'm just looking for an excuse to go fishing.
Watch your step. AOE incoming.
Oh, 571 helmet. Nice. I've been really lucky to get upgrades, actually. Thank you.
It is done. These zealots no longer steer our faith towards destruction.
Oh, goodness. Thanks for the gift subs. Caught a live stream. Watch all your YouTube vids. Aw, shucks. Thank you very much for being here. Ram Charger. And Aisha, thanks for the gift subs, guys. I'm not sure if I should queue for another dungeon. It felt a little sketchy. However, it's been good for my item level. Am I still charging a conduit? Difference in difficulty with the tuning that went in today? I thought the tuning was for leveling. I haven't done any leveling since today. Or since yesterday. No rush. Listen to your heart. Well, ready to spam as many heroics as I can stomach. Realize they only go like 10 item levels higher than what you need to queue for them. Yeah, I mainly want to play them just to kind of like practice my... Just kind of get my fingers warmed up again.
Conversation initiated.
Need to charge more. Lilia, many thanks for the gift subs. Hitting 580 today, then it's time to level alts. Nice. I've been kind of... The only thing I really want to do in alts is gather. I think that it's just kind of nice only have the beginning of the expansion where it just have like the 1 character level. Feels kind of nice because I know there's so many different things that I could do. I don't want to start another character until I feel like I've kind of like, not caught up, but like I understand what I'm doing on this one. There we go. I am still maining Priest. Ever think of switching? Not seriously, no. I like it. It's good. It was 170 fishing, 100 herb during early release. Love the gathering right now. I want to get my fishing to 300 before next Saturday, but today is... Well, today's only Wednesday, but I'm only fishing like 159. So I have some work to do. I'm a little nervous.
Back to the storm rocks. Here we go. Stay close.
Use my mouse to cast spells. To use the keyboard, is it better? It feels better for my hands and like my tendons and stuff to use the keyboard for things that I'm going to be mashing. I use my mouse buttons a lot, but it makes my hands sore if I try to hammer out a whole rotation on them. So anything kind of spammy, my core rotation buttons I like keeping on my keyboard. That's just me though. Everybody's got their own way of doing it. I'm in the alchemy deep end, kind of neglecting my alts as well. Yeah, I haven't even really scratched the surface on professions. I want to. There's just too many things that I want to do. And I get too distracted by all the collecting. Too ratty, thanks for giving out some gift subs. Made so much money from fishing early, some of them are going 2 to 3k per fish.
I don't think it's working.
Good.
I'm a little nervous.
Mind and your heart.
Talent spec? It's the Wowhead one. I'm in the Wowhead Dungeon Shadow Priest spec. I'm not really much of a theory crafter, so I just do whatever the priest guide tells me to. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, you know what I need to do? Is I need to put my my Cave Dweller's Delights on my action bar so I have my health pots keybound. Oh, thanks for the gift subs. How quickly does concentration recharge? A great question that I don't know. I've been just kind of winging it with it so far. Hope your day's going well. Oh, thank you. Oh, it takes an age and a half to get concentration back. I had to use concentration to do an NPC work order. I was just starting to poke around and take a look at the patron crafting orders, the NPC crafting orders. And I committed to doing one because I decided that the mats were worth it. And then I realized that they'd specified a quality rank, which I thought was hilarious because we can't even do that for public orders. I guess the NPC was specifically asking for me, but I ended up needing to use concentration to like get the quality that they wanted for the NPC order. It was like an alchemy thing. But the first time that I saw that they wanted a guaranteed rank 2, I was like, oh, excuse me. Wouldn't we all be so lucky? Foxy, thanks for giving out 2 gift subs. They were also trying to get me to make an enchant where I was supposed to supply 60 storm dust, which is currently selling for somewhere in like the 150 to 200 gold each range. And they were going to pay me like 100 gold. Some things are not worth it. You got to be really careful with what they want you to provide unless you're just like really rich and you're ready to do everything. Guaranteed rank from patron orders, not my favorite. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it for sure. They want me to do a 4-star for tailoring. They want my concentration and I'm not about it. Oh, man. Kevin, thanks for the gift subs. Oh, I just need to encourage her. Pardon me.
I follow the edicts.
Going back to bed. Have fun. Have a good nap. Yeah, doing the NPC crafting orders gives you different things depending. It'll show you before you accept the order what they want to give you. There are some things that you can only get. I don't know if that's true. I think sometimes maybe it's knowledge. Sometimes you can get finishing reagents that can be valuable. I got a finishing reagent from one work order that I sold for like 3k. Even though I only put like 100 gold worth of mats into it. That was nice. But yeah, it seems worth keeping an eye on them. Game not loading for anyone else? Seems a little iffy. I've heard the game's a little spotty right now. Alright. There you go. Home transmog. Oh, hey, auction house looks like it's up. I don't know if I trust it yet, but yeah, storm dust is 170 gold per dust, which is bananas. It makes some enchants just like really expensive to try to make. These are actually an upgrade. That's uncomfortable. I guess I'm gonna put them on. Man, the game's all over the place today. Price is so insane right now. I want to do a little auction house scan and take a look at what I can make. My goal for professions right now is just to kind of like feel out what I want to do and get my basic skill leveled up. And then I want to figure out what order I want to get my crafting gear, like my profession gear, the blue quality stuff done in. Not in a huge hurry. Probably should be in a huge hurry, but whatever. So with that in mind, basically all of this stuff is pretty unprofitable. Some of it is wildly unprofitable. I was trying to figure out what I can make that will give me skill ups that doesn't cost like a crazy amount per craft, but like 75 storm dust is so much storm dust. It's so much. What could I sell an Authority of Storms for? Especially if it's like a bad quality one. Like 10 to 40k? 10 to 12? I don't know. I would recover some of that gold, but like, is it really worth the 3 points? Maybe. Fun is the goal. Oh, am I not done this campaign yet? There's more. Kind of hard to farm. You're not going to get it in huge quantities. Like, you can disenchant greens, and you're going to get some. But it's like, I don't know, 1 to 3 dust per green, depending on how lucky you get. So, it's just, it's a little, you know, you want to make sure you really meet it. Second tier, the actual campaign. Take a gold same to get that 3rd rank, which is where you're trying to get. I guess actually that's one thing that I could do. So if I look at my, I didn't mean to open my war bank. I need to take that off my bard, honestly. If I look at this, we go to sim mode and we say we want it, and we say doing it at max level and then concentration. Does that help? No. Because it's so, like, because I don't even think it's possible. Without concentration? No, it's pretty much unprofitable no matter how you slice it. Which isn't to say that it's supposed to be profitable, but, you know, it's just trying to... I mainly just want the skill points. I guess I can just try and hope that I get work orders for these, because these take still a lot of dust, but people actually need them. So if I can get people giving me, like, Gilded Harbinger Crest work orders, then that'll be much better. Crafting order artisan quest in your alts, get a bag of materials? Yeah. I wonder how they determine which materials are offered, because I got like weird ones when I did it on my double gathering alt. It offered her like a tailor. It did not offer her an herb bag, even though she has herbalism, so it can't be that tied to the professions that you have. It offered her a tailoring bag, even though she's like a hunter without tailoring. I wonder if it's random. Shadow Priest questing in Halifall? I'm not feeling particularly welcome here. Chest and boot ones made a couple 100k from. I did get a int chest. I mean, I did decide to spec early into weapon enchants. Chest and boots. Can I not even make chest yet? Oh, that's right. There was a I was able to maybe I could buy the int chest. But yeah, I don't know. These ones are better. Literally all the other ones are better. I was hoping I would maybe get some drops. I need to do Awakening the Machine to see if I can get Oathsworn Strength to drop. Zane, now thanks for the 7-month resub. The auction house is back. Yeah. I need to arm them. Oh. Nice of them to come up to me. Brody, thanks for the gift subs. Also, profession treasures, good amount of skill points. I've got most of them. I don't know if I've got all of them yet. I probably should look into that. I never feel like I make the perfect choice with my first skill points, but I just try not to worry about it too much. I just make the best choice I think I can, and then I try and work with it. Just give it my best shot. It's nice of them to line up. Look at this orderly queue. I don't know where I got this extra glimmering haste from, but I guess I could put it on my ring. Not get a code after purchasing gift subs. My code came through fairly quickly when I did it to a Twitch notification. If it hasn't come through, I think they're referring people to Twitch support for it. But that part happened relatively quickly for me personally. Maybe somebody else has some advice. Sometimes I wish the game would recognize your class more. I feel like the Arathi wouldn't like a Shadow Priest, Warlock, or Death Knight. Questing's been 10 out of 10. Oh, I'm supposed to be giving them specific stuff that they're asking for. I was just trying to give everybody spears. Oops. And they were all going, well, unarmed combat it is, because I was not listening to their requests. My bad. I don't think I'm a very good manager. But yeah, once I'd redeemed the code, it took me probably about a day for it to come through in-game. I was expecting notification on my BNet launcher, but it actually just popped up in my pet journal after I'd redeemed the code from the Twitch notification for me. It's a cute pet. Huntress. Watcher of Huntress. I'm gonna put it on my bar. I want to try the Awakening the Machine. I haven't done it yet, like at all this expansion, so I don't really know what's involved. And I feel like today's a good moment to go try it and find out what's going on with it. I also had to manually type my code. It wouldn't let me copy paste it. I had to I had to do it the old-fashioned way. The guy in the middle, you fight waves of mobs. Pretty fun meat grinder activity. Hopefully I feel a little safer in it than I would have done earlier. I've gotten a little bit more gear today. Kate Bot, thanks for giving out a gift, so. I'm hearing rumors that there was like a bug with it. I wonder if that'll happen to me. I guess there's only one way to find out. I'm so scared to get annoyed being underground doing every single little quest. Hopefully it doesn't bug you that much. The different zones feel they don't feel super claustrophobic to me, but everybody's gonna have their own experience of them. Surprised by how much questline there is here. I thought I'd like done half of it already. The plumber puzzle is driving me crazy. Did it come back as a world quest? I kind of want to do it again. I'm not very good at it, but it was fun. Boz Vital, thanks for the gift sub. Didn't fix Lore Hunter. Okay. Yeah, the main reason I want to do this is so that when the rest of the campaign comes available, I'm set up and ready for it. The mobs drop little green bottles. You can heal by walking over them. What would my earthen be? That's a good question. I guess what can they be is a good question. I know they could do I could do shaman. If I'm being honest with myself, the two classes that I like making alts of the most, and I feel like I can always make more of, are priests and hunters. With an emphasis on hunters, because I maybe feel like I have enough priests now. Hunter priest can't be druid. Yeah. Yeah, I am a big priest hunter alt player. Hate Ashkahet, but I like all the other zones a lot. Ashkahet's grown on me a little bit. I actually like doing the Severed Threads Pact thing. I was expecting to be overwhelmed by that, but I found it kind of fun exploring and seeing different things to do pop up. I also really enjoyed the lamp lighting activities. I ended up staying out there like for a while even after I turned off stream because they needed me to keep the lamps lit. It seemed important. I need to be careful of Valorstone Cap. I might need to just upgrade some gear. Earthen Paladin for the charger mount. Yeah. Also, I know that those satchels have a chance at a Lynx mount. And I would like a Lynx mount. Some of those quests suck, though. The one where you have to get the seed packs and then plant the 8 seeds was very slow. It was very slow. Because all the golems that had a chance to spawn the seeds when you killed them were elites. They didn't even seem to be guaranteed to spawn the seeds. You could only hold one of the seeds at a time. It was just... that one needs a little bit of adjusting. Lynx is cool. The other quest went okay. Or it's just defend the light post from elites. I wonder if I didn't do that one. I don't remember that. Big elite shadow elementals. Maybe. Bug with the Waterworks Delves not opening the doors. I had a bug with the Waterworks Delve where the little kobold that comes with you wasn't moving. He would get stuck after each treasure, and I had to log out and log back in after each treasure that he looted to get him to keep coming with me. It seems like a bit of a sketchy delve so far. It wasn't a great first impression to endgame delves for me. I had to like try a few times even to get into it because I was trying to do it with Flabby and we were a bit confused about the difficulty, and then we finally get going and then it turns out that we have to like log out and back in, and then also I was like really tired and I thought it was going to be like 5 minutes and we were in there for like what felt like a half an hour. Had to restart my delve a couple of times because of the doors. I really want to like delves, and I think once I'm comfy with them I will, but right now I'm just frustrated. I'm in that stage where it's new and I hate it because it's new. I'll like it later. Oh, hang on. Rare. We always must do rares when we see them for reputation. Strength is kind of cool. What makes them frustrating? Because they're new, so I don't know what I'm doing, and I want to know what I'm doing, and I have no bandwidth or energy to figure out what I'm doing, so I'm just kind of like, what do you mean? Where am I going? What is this totem? I lost the totem. Did you have the totem? Where'd the guy go? Like, it's just, it's just a bad sitcom the whole time. I shouldn't have tried to do it late at night. I should have just gone to bed. I thought it was going to be easier than that. How many people in here remember the Macarena? I would say most of us. A good amount. The Macarena was incredibly popular when I was a kid. I did a tier 2 delve because that was the highest one I was allowed to do. I think maybe that would have unlocked tier 3, but it was only the second delve I did the whole expansion. Burned into my brain. It was 25 years ago. I don't know if I'm like wildly popular with Gen Z. Which is okay. I don't know if I'm sure we have a few. We appreciate them very much. I don't know if that's I think a lot of people here probably remember the Macarena. I'm Gen Z. Where do you land on the Macarena? Do you remember it? Do you know the dance? I feel like these, I mean, it would have made a decent TikTok dance because, not implying that you're on TikTok, but it would have made a decent TikTok dance because you don't really move much. You're mostly just rotating. Good, all good TikTok dances must be able to take place within the vertical frame. I have no idea what I'm doing, by the way. I'm firing by flapping up. I've lost targets. There's one over here. We were taught the dance in school. They taught you the Macarena in school? In recent years? My goodness. Flying Combat Quest. Apparently. That's so funny. Gen Z and I remember it. Born in 05. Middle school like 10 years ago. Teachers are aged and they refuse to let it die. I wonder what is being accomplished when you teach someone the Macarena. Because, I mean, when you teach kids the hokey pokey, maybe it's the same kind of thing. You're teaching them about, like, you know, which your left and your right foot, in versus out. You know, it's kind of like a cute little follow the directions sort of thing. I've, like, oh no, I did it. Hooray to me. 5th grade, like 98. One of the Hotel Transylvania movies. They only taught us to disco fox. I don't know what that means, but in my head, it's some kind of incredible choreography to What Does the Fox Say? Which had a very big moment after I left school. Don't log out. Okay. Spanish teacher used it to teach us the months of the year. We learned the electric slide. Is that the one with the 2 hops now, y'all? We did a lot of line dancing. I thought it was going to be more important. It's the simplest dance you can think of. 1 hop this time. I had to perform What Does the Fox Say in front of my whole elementary school. Only my class because my teacher wanted to. Oh, man. Soulja Boy was very popular with my age group. I was, I think, probably like 14, 15 when that was a big deal. And we all learned it. And we were very excited about it. There was a lot of you going on. Flammy Man, thanks very much for giving out some gift subs. Also the Minx Asylum, thanks for the gift subs. School events, everyone would be in the theater or the gym. Yeah. I'm sure I could find an adult line dancing club if I tried. It would probably be a great way to meet other people in my city. I just don't know who. There was discussion of what a Superman was. That was a time. Real bright spot in my youth life. My favorite pop culture moment from my youth, teen years. Crazy Frog? Crazy Frog deserves a comeback. Crazy Frog needs to be introduced to the new generations. Crazy Frog is timeless. Crazy Frog is forever. My wife is a Crazy Frog stan. Crazy Frog will never cease to get me hyped. If I'm having like a really slow day and I'm trying to like get started and I don't want to, I will have my speaker put it on in my kitchen and that little thing starts going bing bing bum, 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 and then you just have to get going. You have to. You can't. You have got no choice. OG brain rot. Haven't had time to play. Only just got out of Dornegal. Anything I should be doing that I shouldn't get behind with? That's a good question. Maybe chat knows. I'm lost. I'm just winging it through everything. I think there's a Tama weak aura. I think Tama's has a weak aura for The War Within, that if you're concerned about things like profession knowledge or like weekly quests, it'll probably lay all that out for you. For when you get into 80 anyway. I need to change my alarm to it. Maybe I'll wake up in a happier mood. Do y'all remember the Harlem Shake? I was already a recluse by the time that Harlem Shake happened, and I remember just thinking it was very... like, I just didn't get it. I was reminiscing about fun ringtones. Nowadays, my phone just goes ring, like it doesn't matter, you know? Like, I don't like getting calls, but maybe I would like getting calls more if I don't know, had it ring as Crazy Frog. I'm sure it's possible. We used to buy ringtones. Yeah, human female does the Macarena. The add-on that I opened that looked like Adventure Guide for Quests is BTW Quests. BTW Quests. Very handy for Sojourner achievements and stuff. Weren't the ringtone subscriptions pretty much all scams? Oh, yeah. I don't think I ever subscribed to anything, but I definitely paid, like, a couple of dollars one time to get some song. Some pop song that I felt represented my personality. Twitching Milk, thanks for the gifts up. Chai Spiced Bun with some gifts up. Thanks, guys. Every time I have to get a new keyboard, my fingers take 1.5 years to adjust. Yes, that is the add-on. I'm hoping it's in my add-on spreadsheet. I hope I didn't take it out of there. Let me take a look. Yes, BTW Quests is in my add-on spreadsheet. I have the James Bond 007 polyphonic ringtone. You know what I never did, but I should have done? I would have been all about it. I should have done the Kim Possible alert sound. I think the eras didn't overlap. I think I was really into Kim Possible when I was like 12 and 13, and I didn't get a phone until I was 16. So I think by then I was like too cool for it. But imagine getting a text and it's hitting you with a doo 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 doo. Yeah, that would have been fun. I mean, we still could. It's never too late. We have time left on this earth to rectify our failures. I actually want that now. I'm sure it can be done. All my friends had the Metal Gear Solid alert chime as a text alert for a time there. Will you run mythics? Like dungeons? I'm gonna do dungeons on Holy and Shadow Priest. I'm gonna do both. Depending on what people need from you. It's Kim Possible, just not Kim Plausible. I didn't think I would still be doing this quest. Different gear for healing? Oh, I'm sure I will. I'm probably going to want a bunch of different off pieces for different secondaries. I guess I haven't checked the stat priorities, but I'm guessing I'm going to want to have at least 2 gear sets, if not more, because the stats may also be different. Not only Holy to Shadow, but they could also turn out to be different for Dungeons versus Raid. So if I want to be able to do both specs in both environments, I may need up to 4 gear sets. Depending on how extra I want to be. But I kind of, especially if I'm mainly focusing on one character, I don't mind being extra about her gearing, I think. We'll see how I feel when I'm busy accidentally vendoring or disenchanting all of the gear that I'm supposed to be keeping, but for now I don't think I'm going to mind. What do your trinkets look like? No idea. Haven't looked yet. I tend to look at my trinkets during raid. We'll be in the first raid pulling trash, and I'll be like, wait, what do I want again? What am I supposed... Which trinket... For which trinket am I currently composing a guilt trip-infused diatribe to the Loot Council to try to convince them as to why they should give this item to me? No balanced druid? I've never made a balanced druid. I quest on it sometimes, for like mount runs or like leveling my resto druid, but I've never been a boomy. I'm terrible at boomy. Temptation to e-gear my bags really gets in the way of maintaining different gear sets. I have like an itchy cleanup reflex where whenever I'm like waiting for something, I'm like waiting in a dungeon for someone to get there, I'm waiting for a queue to pop, I just like go through my bags and I get rid of stuff. And it's really bad for carrying around gear sets. You too, Sparky, thanks for the gift, so. Guess that might not be in the cards. Dawnbreaker looks rough for pugs. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Oh, it's this thing. I did this as a world quest. Fumi's naturally terrible. Join us. Dawnbreaker is the pug killer. I remember feeling that way on, like, in testing on Alpha. I'd say it's good to hear it hasn't changed, but that's not true. It's not good. Where's the heal? I actually really like these quests. I think they're kind of cool. They're not difficult to execute. I don't know if the gameplay is wildly compelling, but they feel cool. Also, am I meant to be doing this in like a raid group? I know that the quest, when it's world questy, is like something you usually do in a raid group, but he has so much health. I might be here for a long time. Do the non-dragon raiding version way faster. Okay. I don't remember where the quest giver was. Was it over on a hill? Just cast. What, with like shadow buttons? Can't use those. And the city ramparts. Press spacebar and face him. I mean, that's what I've been doing. He's at like 90%. Had to abandon and restart. I might end up doing that. Beat the loading screen boss. Yeah, that's gonna take way too long. Let's kill that and try it again. Looks like it picks up around the theater. Oh man. I don't know if I'm gonna have time for Awakening the Machine. I should start it soon. Maybe I should do that instead. Because I have to leave at noon today. I can't stay late today. You do have to aim. Oh. It felt like it was smart aiming. Stargazer swarms. Can you explain the point of Waking the Machine? I'm about to do it for the first time in my life. I've never done it before. How do people have so many pieces of the Erasi set? I think I have one. I think, actually, I don't know. The only one that I have that looks like Arathi gear is from the Reputation vendor. Okay. Let's go downstairs. 1, 2 pieces of the campaign. Yeah, check the, if you're kind of like renowned 7, 8 with the different reps, check their vendors. You might be able to buy, it might be the same appearance buying it from like Epic. Like the Epic pieces. Plus they're 584. Because there's 3 pieces total available, like chest, shoulders, and helmet, I think, from that. So you might be able to get another 2. Alright. Looks like What's over here? Head, shoulders, knees and toes. Knees and toes. Oh, I could get 20 pet charms for that one. I have a world quest problem. I can't walk away from them. It makes it really hard to get anything done because I want to do every single one that I see all the time. Hello. I'm ready. Begin maintenance. Oh, we're teleporting. I don't know why I thought it would be right there. Okay. I'm gonna eat some stuffed cave peppers. Dawn Secret, thanks for the gift, so. I think I got the weekly quest for it, yeah. I'll get an awakened mechanical cache. I'm in a dungeon spec, should be fine. "20 waves? Kirsten, thanks for the brand new sub. Is this always single player or can you do this with other people? If you had like friends that were doing it at the top of the week. Server's going through it right now. Yeah, it seems kind of rough. Was not able to do it with friends. What are friends? Oh, I can fix them. Loaded us separately. Okay. Wouldn't let us do it in a group. That's a bummer. That's good to know, though. I wonder if they'll fix that. Oh. I feared him and he died. He exploded. He just popped like a blister. Yeah, we're on wave 3. Interrupt the cast, yeah. I mean, I have silence on 45 seconds and I have psychic scream also on 45 seconds. So I don't know if we're going to be able to get all of them. We can try. DJ Samuel, thanks very much for giving out a gift, son. But if we can get it... Yeah! I wasn't really sure if that range was gonna work. And I'm pretty glad it did. That's the dream. I'm sure different classes will have better or worse times with this depending on what kind of utility they have. Blueberry, thanks for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Did it. Okay, and then I get a chance to take a break, I guess. Yeah, you can heal the guy. He's at 98. He's at 100% now. Stand in the beam. Elena the Dragon Girl, thanks for the gift sub. Yeah, hopefully it gets better today. I've been really lucky that I haven't been kicked out on stream because from the sounds of it I would not have been able to get back in. Makes pre so much easier. Went in prep for the insanity and got baby. These seem like they're too far to get both of them with the same fear. Went to bed early last night thinking I have Wednesday off, I'll just play all day. Oh. I can't stop that one. I don't have anything for it. I'm just gonna have to kill it. Oh, I shouldn't have used that. I was gonna need that later. Oh well. The speaker's fine. I need to worry about myself. Get a little fire. Currently in possession of 7,058 gleaming transmutagen, but they'll only let me use it in chunks of 40. Oh. Wait, what's the deal with this guy? I have fire. Ten of 20 waves. Okay, we're halfway there. Oof. Aw. Grandor, thank you for the Prime sub. Thanks for the raid. Have my Twitch Prime. I real appreciate it. Big fan. Are we living on a prayer? I've reached the stage of adulthood where I spend an embarrassing amount of my time half-heartedly singing the lyrics to old pop songs, but replacing as many of them as possible to refer to my dog. And then singing them to my dog while he snoozes unimpressed. Sauce Kitty, thank you very much for the gift subs. I'm kind of nervous that I'm not gonna be able to do this. This is only wave 12. Oh, they've got med bots now? I want a med bot. Same with my cats. Do that with my cat. You with Moose. Works pretty good. True love. I think songs about my dogs to my dogs, and they don't seem to appreciate it as much as I do. You can replace living on a prayer to Moose is on a chair anytime that he's sitting on a chair. That works pretty good. You can run over the med packs. Oh. Oh, clever, clever, clever. I had a weird dream where I started like singing in public. Like it was like for a stream thing. And for some reason, I needed to burst into song and like start belting. And I did it, and everybody in the room in the context of this dream was like looking at me like, I don't know, man. Like, you're kind of sort of doing it. You're not really in key. And then I was dream embarrassed. Sing to my cats and hold them for a dance party. They don't appreciate me, but I do. Dream embarrassed. Gonna have that stuck in my head for a while. Okay. I just need to keep an eye out for any of the red beams. Oh! Maybe I should avoid spitting those onto my friend. Do I have to do this every week? Also, I've stopped tanking the beam for my friend. Maradia, thanks very much for giving out a pair of gift subs. You don't have to do anything. That's true, actually. Okay, that was a little trickier. That took a little bit of doing. I don't know why I'm spam healing myself when there's med packs. Here, we'll do this with our Watcher the Huntress. Okay. We can make it. Good luck on the length span. Oh, thank you. I would really love... There's an enchanting recipe I really want. I would be stoked for a Lynx too, though. I'm assuming that the waves are going to be the same every week, so if we get really good at this early, then we're basically just repeating the same thing all the time. Okay. Okay, I can see which direction. That's what those are for. Alright. It's a good thing that the speaker's got a lot of health. Oh, so if I'm full health, it'll give it to him. That's nice. I guess classes that don't have heals have to be able to do this too. Loopy, thanks for the gift subs. And anonymous gifter as well. Appreciate it. Okay, lots of those. That's available. This is available. Deep breaths. Shield yourself. Desperate prayer. Don't stand in the fire. Let him tank it a little bit. He's fine. Okay, okay. It doesn't help that my earbuds died, so I don't have any sound anymore. Alright, 2 more waves. We can do. He's fine. What do the null bots do? It looks important. I also need med packs badly. We do have dispersion if it comes to it. Alright, that was wave 19, I think. Just a little bit spooky. Nothing to worry about. Cooldowns remaining include Void Form, Power Infusion. Just repairs back, that's good. I'm all Seems to be a boss. Seems to be much easier than everything else. Ha! Not much, but it's honest work. Oh, we got all kinds of stuff. Why are there 4 of them? Is it because we made it to the very end? Is it not expected that you make it to the end? Because I'm getting rep for each of these. Wow, that's a lot of rep. Nice. Alright. I got crystals and crests and valor stones and reputation. And no mount and no recipe. So I think that's weekly. I think that's something we can do once a week. So that's something. Like the large chests, you get another chest for each level. But you really want second to last wave being the hardest? Okay. Yeah, I don't know, they're good. Oh, you can do it again? Probably not for the thing. Yeah, hopefully they fix it to make sure that no one can loot your boxes before you do. If that does work, that seems like a really egregious oversight that they should probably fix. It's one of the 3 weekly chest rewards. Okay. Alright, well that went pretty good, I think. I'm glad I was able to stay logged in. My Assembly of the Deeps rep is doing okay. I gotta get it to 8 for the 584 helmet, but I don't know, thanks for gifts. Do it again, but no additional rewards. Okay. Oh, what is gearing up for trouble gonna give me? Oh, it's the weekly quest for it. Okay. Does that turn in? Oh, it turns in around here. Canadian Human, thanks very much for giving out some gift subs. I haven't been to the Catalyst yet, but I heard it's pretty close by. What does this one have? The Awakened Weekly Chest. Some gold and some Harbinger Crests. So I must be capped on Coffer Keys, because I think if I was not capped on Coffer Keys, that would have given me one. That's good. Oh, the earbuds. I thought you meant like my friends, and I didn't know who you meant. I'm like, yeah, you guys stick around. Now, these typically, they typically give up after about 2 hours and 50. 4 for the week. Yeah. Alright. I think it is time for me to wrap up for today. But we'll be back tomorrow with another stream. Hopefully the game works a little better for everybody. That would be nice. Our current subscriber number after the stream is at 3,112, which is bonkers. Thank you so much. Azeroth, thanks for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.